Everybody, welcome to the Doghouse live stream. We are back live here at the Doghouse today, bringing you our Top Dog Final Table, a $50,000 guarantee, no limit hold'em multi-day tournament. Here you can see we have 9 players made to this here Final Table. Our deep stack is going to be Fred with close to 4 million in chips, and our shortest stack is going to be, looks like Long with about 15 big blinds at 900,000. And I'm joined today in the booth by my good buddy Chi. How you doing today, Chi?
Good, how are you, man?
Doing great.
This final table looks good, man.
Yeah, we got a good final table here. A lot of action players. You see Billy, I think he's been on the stream before. Joe, our guy Joe, always likes to give action. Eric's here. He's not at the table right now, but he's on the stream as well. And he's actually part of our stream production, so we're happy to see him there.
Eric won the last one, too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he is trying to defend his championship from last month.
Back to back.
And here you can see our chip counts, guys. Everybody fairly deep, sitting around 30 to 40 big blinds deep here. Couple of short stacks.
Yeah, it was a really good structure.
How's everybody doing in the chat tonight? Glad to have you guys back at the Doghouse Live. We actually, here at the Doghouse, have a series coming up starting July 28th called the Heatwave Series, kicking off summer right. So the start is going to be Tuesday, July 28th. It's going to be our first tournament is going to be a $25,000 one-day guarantee, $300 buy-in, and then the next day, the 29th, we're going to have a tournament that is the same structure as this Top Dog, a 50K guarantee, but it's going to be PLO instead of Hold'em. So guys, be looking on Atlas and be looking for our on our social media pages for shout-outs about this upcoming series. And the main event for that series is going to be a 150K guaranteed, no limit hold'em, $400 buy-in multi-day tournament. It's about the same structure as this tournament is. And it's a good structure, guys. We play 30-minute levels. Starts off really slow, and then day 2 they kick up to 40-minute levels at a certain blind level. So
Yeah,
it's a great structure.
Here at Doghouse, we always have really good structures for our players.
Hi, Miranda. We see you in the chat. Always supporting here. And Eric here with 2 Broadway cards. Look like he's going to open it up. In the cutoff, blinds at 30, 60, 60s. Good size, a little over a min click in position. And Adrian going to look out at 2 7s, kind of short on the button. Decides to put in a 3-bet. It looks like to...
To 325K. Oh, wow, Joe looks down at 210s.
Yep,
in a
Joe
small
here.
blind. I think there's going to be a 4-bet coming over here.
Possibly. It's pretty strong.
Joe's thinking about it.
He just decides to call. I prefer a 4-bet out of the small blind because you're out of position. And you
Yeah,
just maybe
versus cutoff and dealer's range right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely a 4-bet is better.
Because now Eric's almost priced in with the hand that's drawing very live.
And you don't have
beat 2 hands.
You don't have to 4-bet big either. You can 4-bet to like 750.
Yeah, well, you can 4-bet to Adrian's stack and squeeze Eric out of the hand and then get Adrian's stack in the middle. And Eric making a disciplined lay down here. Looks like the 3-bet size was 295. And going to a flop here. 10 in the window. Joe flops top set on the 10-9-4. And 2 overs on the board. Let's see if Adrian can avoid losing his whole stack. I like the check here by Joe. Should be checking his entire range. As you see, he has the nuts and checks. And looks like Adrian's just going to stick it in and receive the bad news. Not drawing completely dead, but he needs runner to a backdoor straight or running 7th to make quads. Let's see if the turn will bring him any sort of hope.
$3% though. That's gonna be
3% is tough. Yeah,
that's gonna be real tough.
And no outs on the turn for Adrian. Will be going out in 9th place, taking home $1,150 today. And for those of y'all who are watching who don't know, this is a monthly tournament we do. We call it our Top Dog Tournament. It is a $140 buy-in with a $100 add-on, 50K guaranteed multi-day tournament. It usually starts on a Wednesday, and day 2 will be on Sunday. And we have 2 flights a day, and sometimes we'll have a evening turbo flight on Saturdays for 3 flights on that day. So if anybody's watching and wants to know how to get in on the action next month,
Every month.
every month
Really
you
good
got a
structure.
chance. It's a great structure. A lot of fun too. A lot of good players.
Even when he's not even at his table, he's keeping over.
How many said you got over there? 2, right?
Adrian been playing good the whole day today.
Yeah,
too.
he does.
4
Unfortunate.
2 over there, that's 6, now 7.
See, one mistake could
Yeah.
be very costly.
You think you're ever checking back that flop? I mean, you're probably gonna get it on the turn, but
Yeah.
the flat out of the small blind from Joe after facing a 3-bet looks pretty strong. Yes.
I mean, you have position. You could check back
Yeah.
twice.
Honestly, yeah. And then maybe try to go for value on the river if you feel like you can. Even then, just trying to get the showdown at that point.
Yeah. I mean, Joe just flatted the 3-bet,
That was
so
16 million.
Looks pretty
it's kind
strong.
of tricky.
16 million chip.
I mean, what range should?
Mostly
he
pocket pairs,
flatting
I
the
would
3
think.
bets
It's either
there, right?
lower pocket pairs or pocket pairs that have
I think
7
ace 10 suited up, flatting the 3-bet there, right? But I don't know. I prefer a
Ace-Jack suited
4-bet
there? I
in
don't know.
small blind there in that spot.
I agree. And Fred here going to raise it up. Looks pretty big with the ace 10 of spades to 260. It's a massive raise at this level. Almost 5x. And Joe here easily throwing away the ace 8 off on the button. See, this is a spot where if you raise min click or do a standard raise from Fred, you might get Joe in there on the button, dominated, and be able to extract some value off of him. But
Well, Fred is a chip leader, so he's going to put up a lot of pressure, right, for other players. ICM pressure is a thing, you know, on final tables.
And here you can see our chip counts. Fred sitting with over 4 million now. Joe at 3 million. Billy J almost at 3 million. Eric sitting on 2 million. And nobody really in just terrible shape here as far as stack depth goes. They still have another level or 2 until they really have to start trying to find double ups. Like our short stack long obviously would love to find a double up, but he's not.
Oh yeah,
force it.
but he has 15 bigs, and
Yeah, he
15
needs-
is still a
Still
lot.
enough, yeah. Sit here, be patient, and find your spots.
Yep. Playing for 14,000 up top, man.
Yep.
Really good value here at Doghouse.
Yeah, guys, $240 buy-in is the maximum for this tournament, and there's 14K up top. We smashed the prize pool, the guarantee of 50K. We actually ended up with a prize pool of 61,260. So, great. Got Lilton in the Facebook chat. What's up, Lilton? There it is, 22. And limping under the gun +2 with the deuces. I think this is like one of the only hands that is theoretically correct to limp. Good early position there. Even with the chip lead in that spot, you might even want to still raise it, just try to take the button down.
I think Fred just wants to see the flop for cheap.
Oh. Well, see if the big line wakes up with anything. With the Brunson. What's up, Tanner? How you doing tonight, brother? And Joe doing a little bit of Hollywood in there before he checks his option. And deuce is still good on the ace 8-3 flop.
Figure if it checks with Fred, he's going to put in a small bet and he'll take this down.
Yeah, most likely. And looks like you read it correctly.
I can't believe that worked, dude.
Not such a small bet though. It looks like it
Nah,
overbets the pot.
That's a pot size bet.
That's an overbet. Just about a little bit. Coming in here swinging.
That's why it's good to have chips. It's good to be the chip leader.
And just like that, his chip lead grows a little bit more.
The rich gets richer.
Has a quarter of the chips in play. And yeah, guys, we're really looking forward to bringing you guys another series here at the Doghouse starting in July 28th. So, like I said, keep an eye on Atlas, keep an eye on our social media pages, and look for more information on that. And come on and get in on the action. So we're going to get hot in here.
So if you were the middle stack here, what would you do here? Like, you know, you're gonna be facing a lot of pressure from the big stack, and then ICM is a thing. You have
With this hand, with threes?
No, I'm talking
Oh,
about in
in
general.
general?
Like, you know, because you
Play position.
Long
Play
only
position
has,
well.
like 12 dicks now, so
I would try to play position well, and I would try to pick my spots. You know, I think position's a huge thing right in these final tables like that, especially with the chip stacks and play the way they are. Like, try to avoid spots where you know you're gonna have to receive a lot of pressure.
yeah, absolutely. With the medium stack, you kind of have to play a little bit small ball. You gotta let the smaller stacks go out before you to make the pay jumps.
You know, let the other people kill each other and just sit there. Oh, and Joe here looking down. We got an open under the gun with pocket threes to 130K. Fred
That's a good
flatting
wake
with
up.
ace deuce of hearts, and Eric calling with 40% of a royal flush himself, king 10
I'm
of
curious
clubs.
about the sizing here.
Me too. I think he's not gonna go super big. I would like to see like maybe like 530.
I like that.
Looks like he's gonna go. Looks like he's gonna like to go a little bit bigger. Looks like it's about 750 or 650. 725 is his sizing, and I don't think anybody else has a good enough hand to continue here unless the button or the blinds wake up with something.
So
So he's
he
gonna take this down.
He made it, what, 11 and a half bigs? There's 8 bigs out there.
It's good sizing.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a little on the bigger side. It's never bad to go big when you have kings. So.
Oh,
And now Joe
small
E.
blind woke up
yeah,
with ace queen.
And has to
Wow.
put it in the muck. Great fold here.
What a
Disciplined
fold.
fold.
Very disciplined.
ICM considerations in effect. Don't even want to get out there with the parking lot hand.
That was ICM right there.
Yep. Out of position.
Difference between first and eighth are too big.
Appreciate that, Jeff. How you doing tonight, bro? Glad to see you here supporting the live stream. We are planning to bring the live stream back too, guys. We're gonna start doing regular cash games on our live stream, so be watching out for that. It won't be this upcoming week, but I think we're gonna try to get our first one off the following week. So keep an eye out on our YouTube channel and Twitch and all of our streaming platforms and Facebook, and tune in to see some action. And hear Dan thinking about it, but he can't continue with the threes. They're just not strong enough, and that's why.
Plus, there's 2 more players behind him.
Yeah. There's 2 people behind. He doesn't know what they're gonna do.
Especially with the chip leader behind him.
Honestly, if I had the threes with his stack in that spot, I would just fold.
Oh, Eric is
Under the
thinking
gun.
about it.
I don't like the under the gun raise there with the threes, because then this happens and you just have to muck your hand.
Eric
And
is really thinking about it. With
Is he
king
really
10
gonna
suited.
try to come along here? Like,
I don't like it.
I don't like it
at
either.
all.
I think it's a fold.
Yeah.
If Joe, yeah, there it goes.
He did the right thing.
Yeah, a little bit of TV time. If Joe goes a little bit smaller, then maybe you can argue that he can call finish like 500K because there's a lot. There's 1.5 in the middle. So
I actually really like Joe sizing too. Around 10 to 11 bigs.
and
right
now
there.
Joe trying to catch up with Fred here, sitting on 3.5 million.
Absolutely. It's poker. Anything can happen at any time.
It's true. We know that all too well.
Yeah, Daniel started the day with the chip lead, and now he has 17 bigs, 8-handed left.
Yeah, guys, and we apologize. The payouts aren't up on the screen at the moment, but they are on their way. But I'm gonna read them off to you real quick, just so you guys know what the players are playing for. So 14,000 up top, and then second place is gonna take home 8K. Third place taking home 5,500. Fourth place 4,300. Fifth place 3,660. Sixth place 2,600. 1,850 for seventh. 1,360 for eighth, and Adrian took home $1,150 in ninth place. So just to let you know how big the pay jumps are.
Picking up
The next two that go out get under 2,000, and then from there it just goes up exponentially. And Herb just putting the A7 off in the muck in the hijack. Like Chief stated before, he's got a midland stack, so he's going to sit here and let the small stacks blind out and out survival him to get the pay jumps, pick his spots. Structure's good enough that he can just sit here and chill, be patient.
Glad to see the 2 chip leaders of the day made it to the final table, though.
I agree with you, Jeff. You can barely get it in here as is. And blind on blind battle here. Ace high, no good. Long flopping
Long
bottom
is a
pair.
very aggressive player. I figure he would bet here
Yeah, yeah.
most of the time.
Well, I think blind on blind. Anytime you flop a pair, a min bet is always pretty good.
10-5, I think it's a good hand to bet.
Yeah, it needs protection. It's not very strong. And Daniel's going to show the
got a
ace
fold
and
from-
gets the fold. So that's what you want. Get the overcard and the gutter out of there.
Or better tens. Like
I don't think
10-8.
Daniel's the player that's going to be folding any pair. I think he's going to float one time on the flop with any pair. But maybe. Good player, yes, but I don't think. Especially blind on blind. I feel like blind on blind, people, you get a lot stickier, you know. Dynamics change. Dynamics get weird. There we can see our V-Pips, Fred and Daniel, both playing 50% of the hand so far. Still early, though. Everybody else.
Yeah, we only
Sufficiently low.
had 6, so.
Yep, hand 6. Not that those numbers mean anything right now, but we're going to get there, guys.
Very thick card.
Hey guys, and we're looking forward to bringing back the Doghouse live. So I know you guys have been missing us, and we've been missing y'all. So we're looking to bring it back, get some action. We're going to do a 2-5 game. I think it's going to be an ROE game is what we're looking to try to get building. So should be decent action. 500 men by, no maximum, as is the Houston way.
Very fun.
And Eric with the snowman here under the gun. Let's see his sizing. Going to go for 130. I like the sizing a little bit over a min click again. It's very standard tournament play. These stack depths sitting around average 30 big blinds deep. And Daniel's kind of short in the big blind as well on 13 big. So and Joe E here with the playable hand.
Joey has been very careful with his
Selection, yeah, his hand
selection,
selection.
so
He might just throw these ones in the muck, and he
Yeah.
does. On
Very
the button,
disciplined
very
player.
disciplined, yeah. But on the button, fold up, it's very disciplined. And now, oh, he was on the cutoff. I'm sorry. Long on the button with ace 3 suited. Gonna come along. But now Fred, the chip leader here in the big blind, probably priced in to see a flop with most of his
Absolutely.
hands.
with his stack size, that's
Yeah,
a
for
very
sure.
defendable hand. You have a chance to knock out 2 players too after the flop, so
Little does he know, he does not want to see any spades on the flop. And long flopping second pair on the 9 deuce 3. Decent flop for 8s. 1 over, but not a lot of 9s in these players' ranges. Probably more in Fred's than Long's. I guess they can have like some 8-9 suited, but if you block that, it has some 9-10 suited.
This hits the big blind range more than the under the gun.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
more likely to hit Fred than anybody here.
if Eric continues to 2 players, then he's showing a lot of strength.
And
So what do you
Long
think?
sniffs it out, throws second
Oh.
pair away. Good fold.
Good forward. I mean, with his stack,
Yeah.
I don't think he has much choice, right? Like, he's
Yeah.
gonna look for another spot, try to get a double up.
Find something better.
Yeah.
And here you can see our chip counts. Daniel and Long both under 1 million. Our short stacks looking to make something happen.
Yeah, I gave it to Russell though.
I think Eric is going to defend this one. What do you think?
I think so too. Obviously, as long as I open in the Jack 5 of diamonds in the cutoff, then the late position open ranges are really wide. So, little does Eric know, he is dominated. I wouldn't expect to be dominated in this hand, but as is poker. And Long here flopping top pair, flopping Eric almost dead. 3 spades and flopping neither player with a spade in their hand. And looks like the C-bet is probably going to take this down unless Eric wants to get really froggy here and do something crazy. Where's everybody in the chat from tonight? Where are you guys watching from? I see a lot of regulars in the chat, but where's everybody else? Oh, I see Larry, the Wiz, in the chat, talking about our good dealer here, Mr. Derail. Larry, share a crazy Vegas story with us. Entertain the chat, sir. And Long here, limping in the King 5 off. I don't like this. Don't like this limp here in the hijack at all, but off the stack.
Yep.
And Daniel making a move here, seeing the limp, fading weakness, hoping the blinds don't wake up with anything. Putting it in with the 6-4 off.
What a spot.
It's a good move.
Yeah. Well, it's like he saw Long's card.
Almost. And takes it down with the 6-4.
50% of his stack right there that he just picked up. Almost. Up to 16 big blinds now.
Second best thing to a double, taking it down with 6 high pre-flop. With the limp and some dead money in there.
You gotta be fearless to win tournaments.
Fearless. Danielson.
Can't be scared. I don't think I want to play anywhere else. We have good action, good structure at Doghouse, good tournaments, good food.
Wonderful food.
Everything
Come and play cash, your food's free. Drinks free. Hey, Wiz, I love it when you bark like that, bro, but you know, you're not allowed to do that at the lodge. And here, 40% of a royal for Fred, ace jack of clubs, and the cutoff, gonna bump it up to 180, 3x. Sounds like a good trip, Wiz. And I wonder if Herb's going to defend. He does decide to defend here with the king 7 off. I think it's the first hand he's played of the final table.
Herb has been very inactive. I think his repip was 0%.
Pretty sure.
Oh,
that's a good flop.
That's a pretty good flop for Herb.
Yeah. You play check call here, or you put in some check raises. I think.
Well, it depends on the sizing, right? Fred usually chooses
big.
really big sizing on the flop, so.
And as you called it, about half pot.
And I think Herb is not getting away from this. It could be a check raise all in too. Oh, it's just check call. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe a check rip because that board favors his range a lot more.
Absolutely, yes.
And now he turns.
Well, the action gonna slow down here because of 3 spades.
Yep.
But Herb's hand is too strong. I figure it's gonna go check, check.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna go check, check. The only way Herb gets any more money is if an ace or a jack comes on the river, and even then he might not get paid.
We'll see if
leads for 400K and a snap fold. Yeah. Taking one down.
Yeah, you don't, even if there's a flush out there, you don't want to lose your value, right?
Yep, for sure. I don't think after he bets flop, I don't think he's ever checking back a flush there. Maybe very rarely, but I don't think Fred's checking back many flushes there.
Yeah, I don't think Fred is a tricky player that's played that way.
What's up, Rick?
I agree
Yeah,
with
I agree
Larry
with
right there.
Yeah, he's never calling a bet.
On the river, if you got to check, call that. Make the max of your straight.
They should have handled him.
Let the chip leader bluff at it one more street.
Good, but they should have handled
I
that.
agree with. Never getting called unless he's beat there or chopping. Long opening up to ace-10 here. Men clicking it. I believe our blinds did go. Oh no, the blinds did go up. 160 though.
Damn, Joe.
Gonna make something happen with the ace-10. I'm gonna take it down. Looks like, and shows it. Not a fan of showing any hands in poker. The guys in the chat, I recommend don't show anything ever. Whether you're bluffing, whether you have the notes, don't show it. Unless you have a royal and you just want to like show off how good you are. It's a bad business policy in poker to give people free information about how you play. It can only hurt you.
Get your thing out. They can't afford to get another new. They can't afford to get a new set. You know how much this set cost them? $2,000.
The card? There.
Well,
I mean, the last I saw, these were about 270.
Well, we used to use them at tournaments.
And we got to open here from Long with the King Jack. He's been pretty active. He also has some pretty decent starting hands too. She just walked out to get a drink, so he'll be coming back in a second. Herb here waking up with a good hand. Just calling on the button with the ace queen. Now I think that's going to price Billy J in to come in with the ace jack. He might even squeeze here. This is not a bad spot to find a squeeze. And open a call, a bunch of dead money out there. You have a decent hand. You're out of position. And this is how to just call. Joe doing the lucky rub. Look, see, I wonder if he looked at the king or the six first. Probably looked at the king first and thought the lucky rub was going to pay off. Yep, looked at the king first for sure.
I think with Herbert's hand, I would like a 3-bet there on the button
Agree.
to
I
isolate.
agree.
Yeah.
Waste of energy.
Dude, that's way
You
better.
want to play with a short stack right there.
Well, you got the best flop he could ask for. Ace queen against ace jack on an ace high board. Long. I wonder if he's going to c-bet here. Not against two players. Against one, he probably c-bets this flop.
Heads up, I think he will see that.
Yeah, against two players it's kind of tough. Somebody's got to have an ace when they call.
Yeah.
Now Herb going to bet pretty big here. 275 looks like. About half pot. Good size.
With the ace of hearts, Billy is going to select for a call for one street. But can he get away later street with the same ace of hearts?
Depends on what the turn is, I reckon. Don't think he's getting away from it at this street.
Well,
It
let's
might
see
go
if,
check. I doubt it, but it might.
let's see if he could rep a flush here.
I think Billy could. Yeah, I think it's a good spot to lead. I usually don't really advocate for many donk leads because I don't think they fit in facing aggression. But on these texture changing cards, you can definitely put some
I mean,
donk
with
lead
this
in.
stack depth, you're
Yeah.
going to have to go two street if you want to represent a flush.
Oh.
Because you're trying to get
Well,
the
I like-
money
I-
in
I
for the
like-
river, right?
Yeah, I think you're repping a flush. I like
So
that
the
for a
river,
check raise, too.
you have to rip it in here for a big size.
And he could always have the best hand with ace jack as well. Probably doesn't put Herbert on ace queen, or he just flats the button. And the board parent 3. See how Billy decides to play it.
Hottest 1.7.
Yeah,
Billy has
either
the pot
have to
size
shove
left
or
behind.
check. It's either a shove or a check.
I like a shove here, but the board pairing makes it a little bit harder for Billy.
I think he's gonna go for a small size, man. A blocker, but it looks like 380.
Snap call.
It is
for
380, and it's a snap call. We're gonna take it down here. Yeah, he thought he was going for some little bit thin value there, but he value cut himself.
Billy. Yeah.
It happens, but it's hard to put Herbert on a bigger ace than ace jack when
You
you
do
just
that
lumps the
all
button.
so
You know?
bad, huh?
It's tough.
Well, he called the
Raise.
open,
But I'm saying, yeah, when he just
from
flats the
under
button.
the gun though, from
Yeah.
under the gun. So you're,
But Long's also been pretty active. He just opened and then showed ace 10, like ace queen's
and then
ahead
Herbert
of a lot of his
bet
range.
flop into two players too. So
It's pretty strongish.
yeah.
that? You did all the way back there. Oh, fuck. God damn, what a cheap ass dog have, guys. I can tell you guys.
You're on TV. Shut up.
That's TV. See, that's when you talk. That is where you two supposed to talk.
You know you're talking bad about it.
You took him to school with us?
They mad.
Took you
We
to
so
school,
bad,
Chief?
man.
Yeah, he
Good,
took me to
give him
school.
good advertising, right?
Was he drinking?
No,
What? You couldn't beat Sober Larry? Sober Larry doesn't play that good. That's Drunk Larry. That's the beast.
can't beat luck.
And Eric here on the button. I'm sorry, Billy Jack on the button. Colin with the ace-9. Eric under the gun +2, opening the jack-7. All of them. Not a big fan of this open either. Too early position. Maybe in the cutoff, maybe, but. And Long loves to see flops. He's got connected cards. Decides he wants to see another one.
Here we go. 3 ways to the flop. Really good for the opener. Very
Yep,
good flop
Very
for you.
good flop for Eric's range.
Yep.
I think I see bet takes this one down for sure. Especially seeing the other one's cards. Is going to bet his entire range on this flop, I would hope.
Absolutely.
Bet
Let's see his sizing now.
260. Three
360. It's a neutral sizing that I think it will accomplish.
Pretty standard. Third pot. A little over.
That's how he won the last one.
Nope.
Good play.
Yep, very good play. Fred here at the suited doghouse under the gun. Let's see what he likes to do here. Yep, good fold. Under the gun, you got to be really strong when you come in. And a bunch of trash in the muck all the way to the button. See if he's got anything to play with. I think. Honestly, I think a Joe E spot there. I think you could open on the button. Folds to you. Suited gapper. And 2 10-high hands. Daniel not dominated going to the flop. Better flop for Daniel's hand, however. And now Long gonna come out and bet his 10 high. Probably just gonna play a mostly stab flop strategy, blind on blind.
Oh, my bad.
So a bet at 80 and a call with the heart draw. Jack giving Long an open ender. I think this is a good card to go ahead and keep barreling off on. Decides better against it. You can check, Daniel's gonna bet, and now Long looks like he's gonna come along. And 2 short stacks are battling here. Whoever loses this pot will probably be crippled. And Long backdoors into the straight. And Daniel is now going to be crippled. And Daniel going to come out with the lead. Yep, for sure. That's all. It's just what he has to bluff, but unfortunately, he's gonna run into it.
Long go all in?
Yeah, long raised him.
Queen jack. Queen no good.
It's gonna be a little bit of Hollywood and then fold.
Yep, for sure. TV time and fold. And now Daniel's gonna be crippled in the small blind to
Down to
4
4.3
big,
big.
4 bigs. Yep. The gross part is it's a great play. If Long doesn't backdoor into the straight, he gets it through. He takes down a great pot, and then Long's the one who's crippled. But as she stated before, can't beat luck.
You've been waiting to say that.
Got that fucking queen jack. I had a queen.
And Daniel
That's
is
queen.
saying,
Star, no. Oh, queen.
yeah, it was
You had a
Daniel.
queen?
Yeah, I had queen three. Fuck yeah, your bullshit. Watch it later. Watch it later.
We'll see in 30 minutes.
Yeah, watch it later.
Probably won't be in 30.
It's on here right now. I'm watching it.
Damn, he told him he probably won't be here in 30 minutes. Sick needle.
Sick.
That's table 13.
We'll see it in 30 minutes, he said. Well, we're seeing it now, and he did not have a queen, guys. Eric there pulling the Phil Hellmuth, eating on the live stream. And a bunch of trash in the muck. And Long's grabbing raisin chips. Wonder what he's got there. Oh, he's actually got a real hand this time.
Cowboys.
To King Kong. And now Fred in the big blind with Jack 10 is definitely defendable.
Absolutely, with the chip stack.
Yeah, for sure.
Some
He
could
can't- he-
even
he-
argue that he could 3-bet, right? All the button range.
Yeah.
Range right there.
Yeah, especially with that chip stack. Because
Absolutely, yeah.
you can only lose $1 million in the pot. And ace 10-4.
Ace magnet.
Wow.
Oh, well.
And now Fred gonna take his middle pair and lead.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I've never understood the donk lead on the ace high flops to the.
Betting right into me.
Well, the button opening range is so wide, right? Even
Yeah.
Long just asks, whoa,
And gets it through.
gets it through.
I'll just show you now.
Good
See
bet.
that? See how
And
Oh my God.
You know I don't bluff you.
I came. Can't win by checking.
You heard it. Can't win by checking.
you see how tight he played? That baby going on there, what he got? King jack. Huh? What you think he have? King jack. He check on the jack when the jack comes. He check me.
Then why didn't you show it?
What you worry about? I'll show him, man. Don't worry about it, man. What later, man?
I'm just saying, why don't you
Just
show it?
check play, man. I can talk, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry why I'm not showing, man.
A little bit,
It's
a
gonna
little
be shown
bit of.
anyway.
Yeah,
Table
it
talk
will be
here.
shown. 30 minutes. You see it. So why you complaining?
I'm not complaining.
Okay, don't talk shit then. God
I
damn.
just said, why didn't you show it? That's
I don't have to show it. Don't talk
dude.
shit.
Then quit
My
talking about
card.
the hand. It's over.
My card,
Herb
okay.
here.
My
Some
card.
walking sticks while everybody's fighting. Gonna take advantage of the distractions.
Okay, good.
46 bigs with pocket sevens.
They're talking shit.
Just limping. Huh.
Where'd it go?
You need to let it go.
Joe laughing.
I like the over limp here with Jack 9 suited.
Yeah, I do too.
But with 15 bigs,
It's tough.
it's tough.
That's a Billy got it. No, he didn't even button in.
If you don't hit this flop, you're gonna have to be waiting for a good hand to jam. Right?
Yep. Herb, the only person with the heart in his hand and the best hand, to 79% chance to win this pot. Flop checks through. I would like to see a bet by Herb there for sure. Now it gets dicey. 7 high flush is not very high flush. Apparently, what do I know? Because now he's going to come out and bet it.
Take it down with the best hand.
Still like to see a bet on the flop with 10 deuce 3. A little bit of protection, see where you're at.
Yeah. But he does get some information from Billy as well by checking though.
Yeah.
You want to see what Billy does behind you. Without committing any chips, of course.
Everybody's looking at the TV the whole time.
Sweet.
That would be funny though.
Queen 3 bullshit.
First match on 30 minutes later.
5 volts.
Billy here with ace-5 suited, 14 bigs.
The solver 3-bet hand. So he's going to bump it up.
It's gonna, yeah, it's enough to open and maybe fold 2 or 3.
2 or 5.
Because you don't want to get
Kinda
knockout before Daniel, right? Daniel
Right,
only
yeah.
has
4
big
bigs,
ones,
yeah.
so
And if you open and Daniel jams, then you just have to decide and call it off.
I think with his hand, he could call 4 bigs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's going to call.
After the open.
Probably don't really like it, but you got to give it a call.
Yeah.
And I might just take it down here, depending on what Joe looks at. Queen deuce. Might just throw it in the mug. Got a lot of chips. No reason to be out there gambling. Just let him have it. And
What do you think? I won one hand. I'm gonna
Give me a fucking board.
here's our updated chip counts. Herbert now playing like 2 hands. Somehow took the chip lead. Sitting on almost 4 million. Fred right behind him. Eric and Joe right behind that.
Well, you want a big pot with that ace-queen versus ace-jack.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was the second hand he played.
Absolutely.
One card flips up.
It'll be at the right time, right moment.
I didn't see earlier what happened.
Ace queen here under the gun. See what size I'm gonna go with. 180. And Joe waking up with big slick. See how he decides.
Get away from this.
I don't think so either. We're gonna see how it plays out though. What?
Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
We're speechless.
I know, I can't commentate on that one. No, I don't know how to give an analysis on that.
Okay, he told me after show.
Damn, so if he folds ace king, what hands does he play? Aces? Yeah,
I mean, jacks are better. I think.
the game plan here, just wait for a pair.
Tens are better, jacks are better, I think. Well, they all respect Billy under the gun's opening range. So
I know, Jay.
ace king off.
Me and Chi are speechless, sir. Yeah, we've been working on it. Like we're trying to get everything up on the up and up.
The stream looks very nice.
Yeah, well, it used to be kind of blurry sometimes, but we adjusted the cameras and everything. Wow, what a fold! Ace king in the muck for a reason. Like he knew it was coming. If he jams, he probably takes it down. Honestly, I don't think Billy's gonna risk the whole tournament life on ace queen. Glad to see you. All right, we're working on bringing the stream back. We're working on bringing our weekly cash games back. So keep in tune and keep an eye on the channel and tune in and watch the action. Here we go. Our V Pips, Long, the most active player at 50%. Fred right behind him with 33%. No surprise, Fred has a decent V Pip. He's got the biggest stack.
It's interesting how Long with the
One of the shorter stacks.
Yeah, with the highest speed pip.
No. Why he has one of the shortest stacks.
Well, he started the tournament with the shortest stack, so.
I haven't had.
Huh?
He started the not the tournament, but the final table with the shortest stack.
No.
I know I took off one.
That was really hard.
And for everybody who is just tuning in, this is our Top Dog 50K guarantee. No limit hold'em multi-day tournament. Our flights start Wednesday. We have 2 flights a day and goes to Sunday. Sunday being today, being day 2. We do this monthly. So if you guys missed this one, come on down next month. The second, I believe it's the second Saturday. I mean the second week of the month. Come on down and jump in this action. The structure's great. The action is great. There's a lot of play. It's a fun time. Yeah, I agree, Larry. I think it gets through. I don't think Ace Queen's is calling off the whole stack there. I 100% would agree with you, Wiz. And Herb here flopping open-ended. Yeah, like what you're sitting on 16 big blinds. Like, what are you waiting on, right, Wiz? Like, that's the best spot you found.
Absolutely.
And even if Ace Queen pays all, it calls off. Like, you're getting paid. You're getting in great.
Even if
Getting
nobody
dominated.
had jacks though, right?
Yeah, you're still
two
good.
queens, you're still good, right?
Still the right play.
Still 45% equity.
Yeah.
That's all I get. I told you. I didn't know what you was talking about.
I just wanted to even up before you do it.
I didn't know what you was talking about.
I asked him for it.
He asked me because I
I
have
think
11. He's like,
Joey just
and it would have evened
didn't
out his
wanna
20 instead of
go
having
out before
19.
Daniel, who's sitting with.
I mean, I understand,
No,
but
fuck you. Metagame. Get you.
like I said, 16 bigs, and the pay jump right now is only a couple of $100. Like, because once Daniel goes out, he's the next shortest stack, so he's got to find a spot eventually, anyways. Like,
Daniel's all in here with ace 4 offsuit.
good luck, Daniel.
It's not an easy spot when you have a couple big stacks behind you. Wow, Fred.
Fred though folded the ace-9. That's impressive. I didn't see that happening.
Well, for 4 big blinds?
Yeah, for 4 bigs. Yeah, I think it'd be a snap call, right? And Joe waking up with 2 9s. I guess Fred had a good read. Stefan Milan, what's up, bro? Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, I wanted to play, but I'm leaving for Mexico tomorrow, so I just decided to skip out on this one. And Joe E here, not getting the best price, but getting a decent price to defend the big line with the king.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing it. That's right. He just folded ace-king. He's definitely never calling here. And cards on their faces. Daniel seeing the bad news. He is getting his money in behind, drawing to an ace or flopping a wheel.
And we saw Fred fold ace 9 off, so.
Yeah, exactly, Wiz. That's what I said. I said he had to have known Joe had 9. So the only reason he can fold ace-9 there. And Daniel flopping a pair, picking up a few outs.
Backdoor flush, too.
Yep. Go heart, pick up a 4, an ace. The Jack of Clubs is not a card he wanted to see on the turn.
No sweat.
Yep, down to 11% equity. 1 card to come. Cannot improve. Good game, Daniel. Well played, sir. Taking $1,360 home in 8th place. It was a good run.
I've been knocked down.
Oh. Thank you, Joe.
And just like that, guys, we are down to 7. One step closer to that 14,000 up top.
Big 9.
It's a good spot. $240. Could be walking away with 14,000. Really good odds on your money.
That's crazy how you said you're gonna be out anyway.
It'll pick up. Him and I may have to reschedule.
I don't understand why people gotta bullshit.
I'm gonna bullshit and keep it up for 30 minutes.
Ariok, the buy-in for this tournament is technically $140, but there's a $100 add-on, and it gets you basically it basically doubles your starting stack or a little bit more. So it's worth it to do the $100 add-on. So it's really about $240 is what I would say the buy-in is. It's great price for the value. It's really a great tournament. It's one of my favorite tournaments that we have that's consistent. Joe here, 40% of a Royal. You know what I say? It's always good to raise with 40% of a Royal. Yeah, you only got to win one of them to free roll the rest of them for however many more times you want to play them. And Joe here, you're going to bump it up in the hijack with the Queen 10 of spades. Do approve of this play. And it looks like I think we're going to be going on break after this hand. I'm not 100% sure if it's this one or not, but I know there's one coming up soon, guys.
King on 7-fold.
That's right, Wiz. That's why he folded ace king. He knew he was going to ship it, get snap called, and Billy was going to hit the queen.
I don't think you ever said 7.
And Joe here taking it down with the Queen 10 of spades. Okay, no, we're not going on break yet, guys. I know it's coming really soon. And then I think whenever we go on break, I'm going to go on break and get a bite to eat. So I'll leave you guys with Chi, and I don't know if Chi's going to sit here and talk to y'all or if he's going to want to go on break too, so it's up to him.
I'm probably going to go on break with you.
Yeah, so we'll be looking at a 10-minute intermission here coming up shortly, guys.
I didn't expect expected 70. Hey, put all wedges out front, man.
We're gonna color it all the way.
Yeah, I swapped out just because I was like,
The yellow?
you guys got over here. That's why I did that.
There you go. I'm gonna sell them to Joe.
Joe's gonna be the buyer, guys.
Ooh. That's 3.
Guys. All right, guys, we're going on break here. Me and Chi will be back in about 10 minutes. As you can see, our updated chip counts are at the top. Joe is leading the pack right now with 3.8 million. Fred right behind him with 3.7. Herb right behind him with 3.85, and Fred right behind that with 3.8. So there's still a lot of play left here. Lots of poker to be played. Anybody's ball game. Thank you, and we will be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back to the Top Dog Final Table here. 7 players remaining. Still plenty of poker left to play. Deepest stack sitting 40 big blinds deep. The shortest stack sitting on 10 bigs. Still a little bit of room to move around.
Somebody stole one of my pinks.
Yes.
I gave you 4 friends.
Man, don't be even up your stack.
Someone called on me. He was like, I looked on Atlas and it said you had 200.
Opening 250 on the button. I like it. I like it. Good play. Taking some bigs down. Looks like we are at 50, 100, 100 right now. So starting to get deep. In deep waters.
250K every hand.
Yep. Ariok, where you from, bro? You said you started watching this 2 years ago.
He said he had a queen that hand, right?
24. I thought he said he had 24.
Ariok, we have families and children probably watching these, so we're gonna have to keep this chat PG.
Ace King
fan
under the
hammer.
gun.
Yep, we got Ace King. We got Big Slick here under the gun. Let's see what size. What, 4 1/4?
4 1/4.
What is going on?
He doesn't want to lose with Ace King.
So you don't want to win any value out of it either, huh?
He doesn't want to call either. Imagine he opened to 2 bigs and long just rips it with King Queen.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Like, yeah, that's why we don't 4X and tournaments. Like he would have got a defense out of the big blind with Joe, and now Joe's just gonna muck his hand.
We've seen Ace King left before.
No, he showed it.
You know how we go, man.
He showed it.
Yep.
I got a real good one too, buddy.
What you have?
Jason.
Bad show.
Very bad show.
I'm pretty sure I'm getting cussed out by Chi in the commentary.
You played it?
Yeah, I'm
You. That's a good read. That's a good read, Joe.
Chi and Dexter, I guess. I'm saying, I know for sure Dexter played.
He is crazy. He gets to look at both hands.
Yeah, but that's not the same. He doesn't look at it that way.
Oh, okay.
I know when I commentate, I don't.
Joe knows
I'm
me
very
well.
impartial when I commentate. Like it's not. I look at it in both sides and be like, oh, this is a good lucky
Yeah,
spot.
that's the best way.
Whatever it is. I analyze the person.
That's good.
100 is fucking
I mean, come on, the guy opened to 4 points.
Yeah. Come on. What are we doing here?
What is he repping here?
At what point do we ever put in any chips with a deuce in our hand? Long here, Queen 6 of hearts and the hijack, still being active. The most active player of the night. Fred here gonna come along with the King 9 suited.
I mean, it's understandable when Herbert has the same stack as Joe, right? He doesn't want to tangle with the big stack.
Yep. And Eric here looking down at a couple of crabs, gonna put the money in the middle. 1.9, and I do believe this is gonna get through. No way Long can ever continue here with Queen 6 of hearts. Like, gonna tank. Do a little bit of Hollywood, and then in 30 minutes they're all gonna laugh at him.
That's behind this stuff.
I don't think Freddie is calling either.
No, never. So I think this just gets through. Yep, a little bit of Hollywood and fold, and then Fred should snap fold. Yep.
To watch the stream while playing it. I got that. I saw that idea from Alex.
Yep.
I used to do it. So I They
decent
still
size
make
open
them,
and a call behind. Pick up like 600K there
I did it.
with a little bitty pair of threes.
I think it's fun to do.
I agree. Wheels, I don't like the
I've been
jam there
watching the
either,
hands in
but
real
it worked
life.
out that time.
It's live.
Actually, I don't think it's that bad because Long has been very active. So,
Oh, okay. All right.
you know, Eric probably picks up that he's been over opening. He probably picks up that also
Oh, no, that's-
Fred
that's
knows that Long
I
is
like
opening
when
too
you
many
grab
hands, so he's also probably calling a little bit lighter there. So, maybe not a terrible squeeze spot, but should, Wiz, I agree, but Chi, say something, see if we can hear you.
Hello? Hello? I've been
You're like, wait a second.
Rick, can you hear him now? And I agree with, he's supposed to have a big hand, but like I said, he's been opening a lot. He's been really active, so, and he can't always have a big hand, so.
I saw you looking at me. I was trying to get a read, man. I saw you staring at me, and I was like,
Fred,
it worked out for him. Yeah, I still don't like the all in with fucking threes.
the jam, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. Fred limping in the hijack with 9-10 suited. Not a huge fan of having limp ranges, but to each their own. All right, let's see if we can alter his audio settings here. And nobody flopping anything, I think. Oh, yeah, it's a limp pot. I forgot Fred didn't open. I was expecting Fred to bet. And now Billy turning the best hand with a pair of queens. Fred got a little gutty ball. And Herb is drawing dead.
And Herb let out for 200,000.
Drawing dead and betting.
See, I don't understand here. Why do you bet turn and not continue rivers, right?
Yeah, you can't just give up. Like, yeah, you're just gonna take one stab and then give up on the pot.
Yeah. I mean, nothing gets there, right? Like,
Yeah, it's hard to rep anything, right? If you bet big on the river, he might get it through. Thanks for helping us out there, Rick. How are you and Monica doing tonight? Y'all having a good night?
The commentating right now is probably like, oh man, here we go.
Yeah,
And
right.
then you fold, and they're like, what the
But it
fuck?
was a good ball fold. It came clean high.
Did you call the flop? I don't remember. You called it pre-flop?
Talking about the ace-king hand.
well, I think they put the live stream on that TV.
Oh, yeah.
Free information.
Free information.
Everybody else behind me too. And I'm like, fuck.
Let's hold it king jack.
I still think if he jams ace-king there, he gets it through.
Absolutely.
Eric, you folded king jack?
Because Daniel was still in there with 4 bigs, and
Yep.
Billy cannot call off with
I probably would have
ace queen off.
Nice, you guys can see everything real close, huh? And king 3 opening in the small blind. Joe defending is big with pocket 4s, and Billy here flopping an open ender, probably gonna take it down with a c-bet. Really hard to continue with 4s on Jack Queen 10. You don't like any turns unless you turn 4, and even then you could still be dead to filling up. Well, that's one way to do it, huh?
Bad flop. Not out.
Just for the record, Eric, only in Texas is 33% VPIP low. That's only a thing in Texas. Everywhere else in the world, that's actually pretty high.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Unless you're Texas Mike.
Billy here waking up with the ace jack off. And on the button, that would be Monica's favorite hand. Monica being Rick in the chat's wife. She loves ace jack. And Joe E here with 40% of a royal. I don't know about you guys, but sub 10 bigs, 40% of a royal. It's a tough spot. Let's it go. I think I might put it in there too.
I know. Me too.
I think I might put it in there too.
Me too.
You got to make something happen. Can't sit on 6 bigs forever.
6 bigs. You're gonna be blinded out.
Nope.
You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna get to
I
do
mean,
anything.
he does have the button next, but still, it's,
You have no fold equity.
Yep. Zero chance of getting any folds. You have to make a hand now.
I mean, king 10 suited. What's the worst scenario, right? Like king jack.
Kings.
You go against king jack, king queen.
The kings like the only thing you really want to see.
Ace king, right?
Yeah. A lot of times you're like 45.
That's the worst. Yeah, and a lot of time you are 40 to 45.
Yeah, for sure. In equity.
But yeah, only if Billy has like ace king, king queen, king jack, kings.
Yeah, he's in bad shape.
That's when he's in really bad shape.
Yeah, or aces. Like we're gonna get a raise with a mystery hand so far. Let's see what it is. King queen there. Just speaking the hand up.
King queen off. That's my favorite hand to 3-bet with king queen off.
Really? Yeah, I like king queen. King was a good hand. Thank you for your kind words there, Rick.
3-bet and you just fold to a 4-bet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely never continue after you get re-raised.
Yeah.
That's right, Wes. He's just working on getting these pay jumps. And as you can see, our two Long and Joe sitting on less than $1 million. Everybody else has $2 million or greater. They're just waiting on those two to bust, and then we'll see some more action going on.
Hurry up, punk.
Well,
What about the poker hours?
Yo, that's Herb.
wow.
They'd probably be frozen. But no, I think they're resetting it. Trying to make a name for ourselves.
Heard that. We're making a name for ourselves, guys. And Joe here under the gun will probably get threes. Let's see what he elects to do with them. Looks like we're going to bump it up. Going up to 250. 7-handed, I think it's okay. I think I still prefer just to fold.
No, 250 to pick up 250. I don't mind it at all.
It's okay.
I mean, he's one of the big
Stacks.
stacks on the table, so you have the chips to do it.
And take it down.
There you go. And plus, under the gun is very strong, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I heard about this. Huh? Where is that at?
And here are V-Pips. Long still being the most active player with 40%. Joe E at the very bottom with 6%, putting ace-king in the muck.
Well, with Long being 8 bigs and Joey being 7 bigs, how long can Joey go?
There's one apparently.
Very long he can go. I agree with it. That's what I said. Yeah, 3-3 is a muck under the gun. It's bad position. Somebody calls your raise, and then what flop do you like? Flopping a set? That's it, right? It's the only time you like to flop. Everything else is just terrible.
35.
Good job, my man. Well, I tell you.
We're back.
Nothing else, you know how to work the goddamn.
Well, with the table being so tight with ace king in the mug pre-flop, I'm
Okay,
definitely open 3-3 under the gun.
That's fair. Yeah, that's free information they all
The-
got when they put the stream up
The
on
tighter
the TV.
the tighter the table, the more you gotta open, right?
Oh, and Joe with his favorite hand of the night, 2 9s.
All right, blind versus blind. Eric will limp with all his range right here, even with aces or
Aces,
kings. Absolute
Limp 100%
the
range.
right play.
I actually don't know if Eric's good enough to know that. I think he's raising aces and kings here,
I want
but
to
he's
know
supposed
if
to limp it.
okay, there goes the raise and fold right there.
Yep. Decent sizing by Joe. I think you should raise a little bit smaller in the big blind because you have position on the small blind, and small blind
I
should
like
definitely
3
go big.
bigs, 3.2, 3.3 bigs.
Yeah, he went 3.5. That's a little bit big, but it's good. Doesn't want Eric out there fucking around. Just take it down now.
Yeah. I mean, very often he has the best hand, but
Yeah, very often. And when he doesn't have the best hand, he's gonna know really fast that he doesn't have the best hand.
also he has position on Eric too, so
That's what I'm saying. I like to go smaller in position because you don't mind seeing flops. Whereas out of position, you want to take it down on that street.
Yeah. I mean, it's just us.
At least that's what the pros say.
I mean, blinds versus blinds, you usually see a 3 big open or a little bit more than 3 big.
Yeah, but bottom blind, also the small blinds are usually the one opening. It's not the big blind. Usually the big blind's checking behind a lot. So the small blind should go bigger because they're out of position.
I mean, if you're in the small blind there with aces or kings, you would want to do the limping as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you're limping all of your range there.
See what Eric does with ace 10. Going to bump it up to 2 1/4. 2
Yeah,
1/4.
That is an open hand right there for sure.
And just for the record, I believe everybody that's left now is no. I'm sorry, I lied. They're guaranteed 1850. I was gonna say the thing everybody's guaranteed over 2,000, but it's 1850 right now. So let's see who's gonna go home with a 1850. Herbert in there with the 8 deuce suited, defending his big blind, flopping none of it. And Eric checking behind. I would like to see a C-bet on this flop. It doesn't matter now in terms of best hand. Herb drawing to the gutty.
I mean, okay, so right here, the 2 ranges are so wide, right? The button range is so wide, the big blind defend range is also wide, so anybody could have
anything,
right? The best hand could be 8-9. He's blocking 8-9 too, so that's why he's. Was it a bet from Eric and a call from Herb, or Herb led
I
it?
think it was a lead from Herb and a call from Eric.
So, Herb. Oh,
and a call.
Snap call, yeah.
Good call. Snapped him off. Take it down. And here's our chip counts. Joe sitting up top with almost 4 million. Eric right behind him with 3.3. Fred with 3.1. Everybody with a decent chip stack except for Joey E and Long. They need to make something happen. They need to make something happen quick. And Joey E's going to be the big blind next hand if he doesn't wake up with something here. So you better hope he has something, or else he's going to be sitting on 475K instead of 675K this next hand. And he's only playing for his own ante, so that's also another big reason. And Jack 8's not going to qualify for him, we already know, so looks like he will be playing his big blind.
He's going to have to commit 2 bigs.
Yeah, he's going to commit a third of the stack without ever looking at a card. And he doesn't like committing money when he looks at his cards. Fred here, going to bump it up with the ace-6 suited. The hijack is probably standard open, I would imagine. Look at Daryl, all that ice in his ear giving him a brain freeze. Ice cold Daryl.
It's a good nickname.
Yeah. What is going on here? That was weird. I missed you or something? The pre-flop raise long, still the most aggressive player pre-flop. Tanner, I'd say it's anybody's game between the left side of the table and the right side of the table has a long way to go.
Long way.
Long way.
Pocket queens under the gun with 8 bigs. Open to
250.
2.5 bigs.
I think Joe, I agree, and then either Billy or, yeah, I think you're probably right, Tanner. Probably a good reader. See, as long as there's any action with his queens.
Once you catch on.
And Joey, king 3 suited in the muck. What do you do right here, Chief? You put it in, or?
I mean, versus an under gun open, it's tough, but
It's tough.
with 5 big blinds,
I don't know what the play is here, honestly. I know most spots, but this spot I do not know. We can see the cards, it's obvious. Not a good spot for him, but it makes the correct laydown, but I don't know if that's correct or not.
well, he
Yeah, I agree with this.
definitely lived to see another day.
Yep, yeah. I agree with us. Eric had 3-3 there. He'd have been in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't like Eric's shoving with 3s there, but he got it through.
You know,
He got it through.
could have been in the moment feel thing. You know how it goes. Sometimes your gut tells you something, and a lot of times in poker, if your gut tells you something, it's usually not wrong that often.
Yeah, you gotta listen to your gut. You gotta listen to your read.
Joey E right here, 2 10s, the hand he's been looking for all night.
This is it. This has to be it.
I think the chips finally get to go in. Yep, all in. And oh, Long wakes up with queens in the big blind. Wow, Joe sat there, played so tight, folded ace king to run 10s into queens.
This is the best case scenario for all the other players. We have 2 small stack battling blind versus blind.
Blind versus blind, all in.
Queens has 10s dominated and covered. So
19% to the flop. Let's see if Joey E can find one of the 2 10s that are in the deck.
80-20.
81-19. Don't sell long short.
You won't be satisfied with one part.
Queens back to back. What's the dream when you're a short stack, huh?
Such a setup hand. Blind versus blind.
Yeah, that's gross. Somebody said 7-8-9 for a sweat. It's never easy, you know.
7-8-9. I
see. 10 in the window. Another 10. Wow. And Joey E. bobbing and weaving.
Now queen for a sweat.
Yeah, queen for the sweat. -1. And Long is dead. Wow, what a cooler.
Yeah, Long is dead. Yep.
Long is dead. What a cooler. 10s versus queens and flops quads. Only at the doghouse.
Well, the cooler was 10s versus queens, but the bat beat was 2 10s on the flop.
Only at the doghouse. Wow.
A cooler and a bat beat in one hand.
So he folds pre-flop when he's ahead because he knows he's going to get beat, and then he puts the money in pre-flop when he's behind because he knows he's going to get there. Strong.
Hey,
it's a good strategy.
If you know
I didn't fucking ask. That's my problem.
You didn't
I
ask.
should ask for the fucking clue.
Two queens.
Wow, what a sick hand. And now Long crippled, sitting on 4.8 bigs. For those who have just joined in the chat, we do have a tournament series coming up here at the Doghouse. The Doghouse Heat Wave Series. Going to get things heated in here. And I'll elaborate more on that after this hand. We got something brewing here. Joe opening it up. +1, ace-8 of diamonds. See if he's going to get any action. Long does not have a hand to continue with. And let's see if our buddy Fred's going to defend his big blind. Does not defend it with the jack deuce, and Joe going to take down the pot. So back to what I was saying about the Heat Wave tournament series. Starting July 28th, the first tournament, we're going to have our kickoff tournament for that. It's going to be a $25,000 guarantee, $300 one-day buy-in. So it's going to be a one-day, $25K guarantee. Then the next day, July the 29th, I do believe it's a Wednesday, we're going to have starting multi-day flights for the whole week for a PLO 50K guarantee, $240 buy-in. So it's the same exact structure and buy-in as this tournament we are watching and commentating on, but a PLO variant instead of Hold'em. So that should be exciting and a lot of action. And then our main event for the series, the Heat Wave main event, is a $150,000 guaranteed multi-day no-limit Hold'em tournament. That is a $400 buy-in, and that will start the Wednesday after the PLO Top Dog. So be watching our social media platforms and checking Atlas for all the information about our upcoming series. And guys, come on and help us get it hot in here. Bring the heat down with the Heat Wave. And Billy here in the hijack with the King 7 of diamonds, going to bump it up. I like the raise here in late position. Guy to your left is super tight, and you know that now. So as you can see, he's putting in hands that have him dominated in the muck. And all the kings are out, so I don't think one's going to be coming on the flop. But it doesn't matter anyways. Billy taking it down. And now Long crippled after that queens versus 10 hands with 2% of the chips in play. He really has to find a double up if he wants to stay around and fight for that first place, 14,000.
It's going to be a tough uphill battle.
Very tough.
Hey, but I've seen many tournaments won by one big blind, so
Yep. It only takes one.
chip in the chair. Ace-6 suited for under the gun here. Let's see what he wants to do.
I think it's a muck, yep.
That's a good,
It's a good fold.
I like
I
that.
agree.
Yep.
Billy with the ducks. This might also be a fold. It's really thin. It's close. Like I said, you know the table's been playing pretty tight, so I think he might elect to raise it. Does bump it up to 250. And if Joey doesn't have 10s or better, I think his hand's going in the muck. Yep.
10s are better, of course.
10s are better.
Has to be 10s.
Earlier we were thinking it was jacks are better, but he proved us wrong
Yeah.
with the 10, so.
Got a flop quads.
Good flop.
Good flop. Above average.
I would say so.
Oh,
Speaking of the 10s, here they are. They've been hot on this table, too. Joe busted the first player out with them, flopping top set.
What would you do here?
3-bet. You're out of position. You should try. I'd 3-bet big. I'd 3-bet to like maybe like 925.
I don't think 3-betting big looks strong though. I think 3-betting.
It's not about looking strong.
Well, when you 3-bet in the big blind, you already look so strong. What?
There it is.
You don't really need to pick like a really big size, right?
But you're out of position, and you want to charge them more to see flops when you're out of position. In theory, and in 3 world, when you're at raising out of position, you should be going bigger.
Yeah, Billy's not calling here.
Yeah, no, not with the Ducks. Not strong enough. If they were like 6s, maybe, but not with deuces.
Corey would call.
Corey would 4-bet rip it.
Doc quacks.
Doc quack, and he'd get there too. He would make a wheel. He wouldn't flop a deuce. He'd make a wheel.
Speaking of Corey, good luck to Corey in Vegas.
Woo, yeah, amen to that. I hope he brings back all the Vegas money to Doghouse.
Absolutely.
Jonathan, happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños, bro. Glad to have you in the chat. Reposada, do a shot for me, brother.
110, right?
No.
Yeah, I was
But I had a fucking pair.
We have cake here. I didn't never saw you here today, but we have cake here for you. I didn't know if you were here gonna have a piece of cake or not, but happy birthday all the less.
He preferred reposadas.
I wonder if we could get a reposada infused cake.
Wow, that's strong.
This ain't no kid's birthday party.
Do it once. Just fold. Daryl hooks it up.
And yeah, guys, for people who are interested or are just tuning in, we are looking to get our Doghouse Live back up and going weekly with cash games. We're looking to start a 2-5 round of each game. So if anybody's interested in coming and playing, get in contact with me. I'm Dexter. You can come in the Doghouse and either request me or Colin Stacks, or you can get in touch with Eric that's on the table, and we'll get you on a list, and you can join the game and get into the action.
75, 125.
Yeah, Susan, I was thinking of something like a tres leches, but with tequila instead of milk.
You know, my wife is Mexican, but I never really enjoyed tres leches.
Really? See, my wife's Mexican too, and she doesn't even like tres leches, but I really like it. I think it's pretty good, but my wife doesn't even like it. First time I had it, I was like, what is this? I was like, cake that's not dry? This is crazy.
It's a very wet, soggy cake,
Yeah.
and I don't like it at all.
It's almost like rice pudding, but in cake form.
This one, I
All
had
right.
to do it for the big one.
Wait, what is going on here? Herb limped with Jack 4. Oh, no, he's in the big one. Okay, it's just a graphical error. So
Yeah.
Fred bumping up to 450. That's a big raise. Blinds are up to 75, 125, 125.
Seems like Fred never wants to see any flop,
I mean, ace-9, you probably don't.
even in position.
Yeah, but still, I just think
mean,
he's. I think
he did the same sizing with Ace King.
he
Come on.
did. I think his strategy has just been big sizes all night. He's just been playing a big size strategy. He came in the chip leader. He's got all the chips. He's like, if I'm gonna put all max pressure on these guys, and they're gonna have to really have a big hand to get to come in and brawl.
Oh, I thought that
No,
was like,
no, Larry, we didn't have a dealer to help out, so Ice Cold Daryl is gonna be in the box all night, grinding it out.
Ice Cold Daryl.
Oh, he loves it though. He's a man for the grind.
Nope. Not Ace 5 off.
Yeah, no, under the gun
Tens are
for
better.
sure. Actually, I like that fold. This is one of his folds I actually agree with. Eric here opening up out of the cutoff with Queen 10 off. It's the kind of hand that will get you in a lot of trouble. It looks attractive, but it's really not a strong hand. It's good enough for
Yeah,
open
but
in
you're
position.
in the cutoff, so
Yeah, no, it's definitely
if it's
a
folded to
good
you,
for the cutoff
you're
open.
gonna have to pick up the blinds. For
Yeah,
sure.
no, you definitely got to open it, but
Damn it, don't look, guys.
Herbert putting the Queen 3 in. Let's see what Billy is defending with. Ace 7 off, so hand definitely defendable. And the Jack High flop. Let's see if Eric decides to take a C bet here, or if he's going to go check, check. Eric checks it back, looking to play some turns. And what a good turn card it is, giving him top pair. Now having a demanding lead in the spot with 93% going to a river. And goes for a third pot size bet. I like his sizing. And I don't think Billy's going to float with ace high here. It's just not enough hand. Yep. And Eric going to take her down. Been long here under the gun. Going to have to make something happen, or else he's going to have to put in half of his stack on the next hand. Over half of his stack.
I think he has to commit here, right?
Pretty much. Unless he picks up deuce 7, got to put it in. I would look at one card, and if it was above a 10, I think I'd just ship it and let them fall where they lie. Well, let's see what cards he was dealt. Peeking at them slowly and throws them in the muck, whatever they were. Oh, king 3. I think me and Chi would have put it in with the king.
Absolutely, I would.
Yep, for sure. Any king there.
If I see a king first, I'm gonna.
It's
put
in
it
there.
Yeah.
Yep. Look, it was still the best hand so far. Floated all the way around to the small blind, still the best hand. And looks like we might see our first walk of the night.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Long would have either got a double up or won the.
I need a button.
Blind on blind, first walk of the night. Shows.
I got the worst hand, you got the best hand. Man, I played that hand perfect.
That is crazy. Guess it's a good thing Long didn't stick it in, huh?
Give me a walk early. I think I give you one now.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Nah, I didn't come 227.
Blind on blind. The small blind shows the worst hand in poker, and the big blind shows the best hand in poker.
Flop would have came 3-3 something for Long.
Yep. Nah, probably gonna play ace deuce 4 and 5 on the turn.
I mean, we've seen the best hand didn't hold up, right? Queens
Multiple
versus
times.
tens, flop quads.
And you guys have been grinding out 7-handed for a while. The first two dropped out pretty quickly, but now these guys have been grinding pretty good. Nobody wanting to give up. We've seen ace king in the muck pre-flop. We've seen guys flop quads. We've seen it all here tonight at the Doghouse here in Cypress, Texas, right off 290 beside the Buc-ee's, Munich and 290 Doghouse Poker Club. Anybody got a little itch tonight, come on out and support the club. Come on out and get in some games. We got a bunch of cash games going.
Good food, good action.
Food, good action. Keep hitting the cord whenever you.
Good food, good action.
Good food, good action. Great people, great community.
Good structure, good tournament.
Long's all in here.
Long is at risk.
At risk.
Dominated.
No, and he's got Joe.
Maybe I get
Blind versus blind again.
Blind versus blind. This blind versus blind spots are weird.
I could be wrong, but
I had 16.
I think I had.
6-7 versus King 7.
He gotta find a
Bad
six
spot, 30%. I'm surprised he has 30%, even dominated.
Like I,
Hey, this is what I'm saying.
I'm asking for it now, okay?
You're calling?
Yeah, I'm going for the 360.
9, 8, 10. Wow, Long flops a straight. Joe drawing to a chop. Jacker 6 would give him a chop. Cannot win the hand now.
Well, 30% became 92 now.
92 on the turn. It's a good spot to be in. Looking for a double. Just got to fade the jack or the 6. Got one of them in his hand. And gets a double. Yep. Some small stacks keep trading chips back and forth. Neither one of them really made a dent.
Sorry guys, no pay chum yet.
If it's not even connected, I won't think about it.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave you guys here with Chief for a minute. I will be back shortly.
That 7 helped me.
Just another one. Ace 3 suited for Herbert. 425K open.
Stream's still kind of dark. Seven flags. Fuck, I'm getting flash thing.
Let's see if Fred wants to defend with Queen 10 suited. He got his diamonds dominated. Ten, 8-3. Fred flopped best.
425,000 for that. All in call.
All in and a snap call from Herbert. Wow.
Sanitizer.
Make it fun.
9 on the turn, looking for an ace or a 3, or he will get eliminated. No luck.
You're playing with Tommy.
Go ahead.
Looking like 1850 for 7th place for Herbert.
That one
here.
plays so fast.
He played the full time.
I mean, he didn't even think about you. I don't think he believed.
Good game,
He
Herbert.
said it to you because I didn't.
Payout. Yeah, what happened?
12-5.
I bluffed him that time out of the keys. Yeah, that's all. He played with me all day. I didn't bluff all day.
No, you bluffed me. I'm kings, yeah, jack to 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. You played me all day.
Yeah, yeah.
You played me all day. You know.
Yeah, he didn't even think twice.
Well, he got him from me. I don't know why he didn't.
Snap, snap, snap.
Start paying off like 800. Really? Is that 800? Yeah, 2600.
2600. Both of you have diamonds. There's not much diamond in these.
I'm glad they didn't hit.
4 folds.
That's when he snapped out.
He had out.
No, there's only one diamond.
I made it 4 1/4. I think 6 folds.
Yeah.
His open
But I
ranges
was,
are
but I was
always,
in already. It was only 300.
his open ranges are very big.
Queen 10 off you.
What's that?
You have Queen 10 and done?
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me now, Rick?
Oh, I have a 30% defense.
30% is not high.
That's worse than actually.
Alright, blind versus blind here, guys. We got Queen Jack suited versus Queen 10. Got a limp and a raise from Eric, I believe. Yep.
Playing.
You play a lot of hands.
Eric
I mean,
flopped
33
better
is not a
with
lot, but I'm just saying.
the 10
You're doing a lot of
queen here. C-bet. Gutterball draw for Fred. He called. Could also hit a jack.
You didn't stop me playing that shit.
Brick on the turn. I think Eric will continue again here. What sizing will he? I like the sizing here. Yep. Got it through.
I just saw this one in big hand. I was shooting under the head.
I think it's my mic, guys. It's my mic. It's not loud enough. We are down to 6-handed and long. It's the shortest stack with 5 big blinds. Following Fred with 45, chip leading the table. Long open to 325,000 here. Eric woke up with kings in the small blind. All in.
Isolating.
I don't think Long can get away with 5 bigs. King 10 suited.
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want? Hearts?
Ace queen jack?
What do you want?
No, I mean, I don't want him to have king.
No.
Oh, okay. Give me a heart. Give me a
Let
heart.
him choke.
Give me a heart.
He want to take 6.
Give me a heart.
Hey, good luck, Mike.
Thank you, Eric. Good hand, man. Heart's coming, Eric.
Nothing I can do now.
15%, 85%.
Oh, ace coming.
Oh, what the?
Backdoor straight.
Runner.
That's the only thing that can save him. Yep, runner. Well, no sweat. Long will be going home with 2,600 for 6th place.
Yeah, man.
You did a good job.
Hey, guys. Good luck, man.
Got unlucky. Blind versus blind.
You know, really not.
Queens versus
I don't know what you
10s.
had.
But he also got lucky with 6-7 off versus King 7 off. Well, came a long way. Got 6th place for 2,600. GG.
Up to look up there.
Even the stat.
Now we're down to 5-handed with Joey being the shortest stack for 6 big blinds. Billy J 13, following Joe 33 and Eric 39, Freddie with 45 bigs.
All right, guys, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Chi. What, did I miss anything exciting while I was gone?
Yeah, Long woke up with King 10 suited, ran into Eric's Kings, and that's all she wrote.
That'll do it. He played good. Played pretty aggressive, a little overly aggressive than I would like, but
Hey,
fought
with
it out
5
last
bigs,
time.
King 10 suited.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's
Looks
why.
like a premium to me.
Yep, took 2,600 home, huh?
2,600, yep.
Yep, it's a good investment.
Hey, that's
100 extra
that's a
money.
good 2
Yeah.
days of work for me.
Yep. Damn, we got a raise for Queen 10 under the gun. Queen 10 suited.
Got a fold from
40%
A7.
overall.
Got a fold from A7,
Yep.
A6.
And Joey taking in a pot. I guess, yeah, yeah.
Not very often where you see 6 bigs open and got a fold from everybody.
Yeah. A lot of times the aces will put it in there. I guess whenever the guy folds ace king pre, you respect his raises.
Well, you have to show them, man. You have to show them. They're watching the stream as well, so they see. And yeah, he lasted long. He lasted very long.
Yeah, it's like
He picked up half of his stack right there.
Yep. Bought him another orbit for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's audio. They can hear everything. Higher.
Quit talking and start playing, Eric. It's 14,000 up top. I'm waving at the people at home. Oh, and then wakes up with aces. The people at home sent you aces for saying hi.
This is how he won the last one. You just start sun running.
Must be nine.
6-5-6-handed.
And Joe here, king 10 on the button, gonna come along. Eric with the goods. Billy J throwing the doghouse in the muck. You know what the old school players used to call the king 9?
The K9, the dog? Old school players?
Before that, they used to call it the sawmill hand. They said because if you were playing it, you're gonna end up working at the sawmill. And yeah, Joey definitely gonna show the 6.
Okay, so I don't know if I like the call here from Joe in the button. I guess it's okay if you wanna play post flop with the guy. But
I don't think he wants to 3-bet with there being such a short stack behind.
well, GTO says you can 3-bet and fold to a 4-bet, or you can muck. Right.
So you like the muck then?
I mean, if you have an edge against that person who just opened, then you could play post flop. But versus an aggressive player, I don't know.
Well, I feel like Eric's pre-flop raises haven't been a lot tonight. I feel like he hasn't been opening that much tonight.
Well, the Jack 7 off.
I mean,
the Jack 7 off. The
trigger pre-flop. Oh my goodness.
There's not a lot of them. There's a few of them, but there's not a lot of them.
The Queen 10 off, I believe. I'm not so sure.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's choosing some spots, but he's not doing it a lot. He's not raising as much as long yet. It's like it's not like he's been super.
I mean, cutoff versus button range there is
pretty wide.
Yeah, that's why. That's why GTO says you can 3-bet. You're blocking a lot with your king 10.
Yeah, blocking these keys.
I don't know. I don't think king 10 plays well post flop.
Even in position.
In position, it's a little bit better, right? But I really don't like king 10 post flop, especially king 10 off.
Right.
Like you lose less chips, 3-bet and fold to a 4-bet, rather than playing post flop and lose more chips.
If you hit the
because
flop
if you hit your 10 or you have your king, then then you're crushed, right? Like, and then you're gonna have to pay at least 2 streets of value. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't like king 10 off.
And Eric here with ace 10 of clubs going to take down another pot.
Looks like it. Gotta run hot late.
It's an underground game where you're written the game out for the game winner. They run their own game.
One. That's 375.
I was thinking, do you have enough that I can just game?
Yeah, I'm all in.
That kind of what I was putting you on. Like, you're not gonna fold no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Actually, we can take it. It doesn't taste right today.
I just got a salad.
Go hook me up with a double up.
Oh.
Thank you.
I want to go to Vegas. But, I mean, listen, what?
Ah, you motherfucker.
You're going, right? Well,
And this way into the main event.
When I hit that PCH count, that's my free roll.
What do you like to do? It looks like we might be going for a raise.
Don't have nothing but.
What? Well,
Counting his chips, trying to decide a sizing.
no, it's been worse.
And does decide to stick it in with the ace-8. I agree with the play, sitting on 6 bigs, look down on an ace. Get a fold out the small blind, and I don't think Joe's going to come in 10-6, so taking it down. There you go, Joey. Over $1 million now. Picking up a few pots. Fighting his way back.
I know you and I are very close. About 5. A little over 5.
5-2.
What do you have? 52.50. Big ballers down there. Huh?
I know, we
I got
distracted
5.
now.
Peasants.
Slow in.
Yeah, that's the clock.
Which is about to go up after the game.
Fred there with the double-handed fold.
I'll do an even jump if you guys want it.
I bet you would.
Drop the fucking 5 ways, yeah. That's so funny.
And Billy now getting a walk with the 7 deuce. Last time he gave a walk with the 7 deuce. This time he gets a walk with the 7 deuce.
I got ones are up 75, 150, 150.
Appreciate it. I need
It was just one or two. Go ahead.
That wasn't fun.
Oh, was it?
But who's counting?
Yeah. See? Yeah, deuces.
Oh, you got a pocket pair.
You say you had a
Pocket pair.
You said under 10.
He said he had a pocket pair, and he did say that. He wasn't lying.
Come on, man.
What?
He wasn't lying.
The top 5 hand, man. Of course I've got under. My pocket pair is going to be under you. Other than that, I'm calling all in, right?
And it looks like we just received 100 messages today in the chat, so glad to be back with you guys. We're going to try to keep growing our following, and like I said, we're going to try to get some cash games up and going soon, so please be watching.
What'd you got?
If you haven't already, like and subscribe the stream.
Get it for 269.
That way you will be noted whenever we go live, and you guys can tune in and see the action. And this has been a good final table, Chi. You know, I really enjoyed this game, this play. Everybody's been playing really well.
Absolutely, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Long got to go out first. Oh, he sure did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Long made it.
Yeah, Long. I mean, we're talking like he did. Got out.
All right, hand number 52 with Joey still being the shortest stack, but he's been surviving well.
He has been surviving well. He's been picking his spots, bobbing and weaving.
Yep.
Little unorthodox plays, but it has worked for him.
Hey, man, you got a feeling?
Go with it. And Eric here looks like he's going to open it up with the 9-10 off under the gun.
Five-handed.
I don't mind it. It's not great, but it's not
He's
bad.
chip leader.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not bad.
He got the chip to do it.
And Fred here with 40% of a royal, the good part of 40%. Gonna come along.
He won't get his royal though.
Yeah, Eric's blocking it.
Yeah, 10 of hearts.
I always say you can't go wrong playing 40% of a royal. And that's a pretty good flop for ace jack.
I think it's gonna be check, bet, call.
Check, check, bet, fold.
Yeah. That's how the line's gonna look.
Zoned out over
Is
here.
he check raising?
Never
Oh,
mind.
he does put in the check raise. Okay, I don't really like it, but okay. Because when you get called, you're in terrible shape. And when you don't get called, you're just gonna get folds, and you want to check and let him keep bluffing. Like, I don't really like this
Yeah, I
line
don't
that
like
much
it either. You want to have Eric bet at it again.
Yeah, for
Let
sure.
the guy bluff again. Pick up some more chips.
Oh, you can see
Well, yeah. Then when you do get action on your ace, when he does call, he's probably gonna have. If he doesn't, if you're not chopping, if he doesn't have ace jack, he's gonna have ace queen or better when you call you probably.
Yeah.
Like you're probably like you might get one shitty value against ace 10.
All the better hands are gonna call you.
Yeah, no worse hands are calling.
Yeah.
Everything
4,
else is
5,
folding.
threes, deuces, ace, queen, ace, king, aces.
All the small aces fold. Like, I don't know. Denying yourself equity to win more chips in the pot. But took the pot down.
I mean, ace check is so strong there. Like, there's no need to raise there either.
Yeah.
And plus, Eric is the other big stack. Like, you're just tangling with the other big stack. While
you're
Joey
hoping
is sitting here with 8 big blinds.
Yeah, you're just hoping for a train wreck.
Yeah.
You're asking for it. Under the gun opener, like.
Seven.
And Joe here under the gun with ace 4. Can open it up. I like the play. 5-handed and ace is always good enough to raise.
Absolutely. This is
And Eric
the time
with 9-7.
to play poker.
Yep. Getting into the nitty gritty now.
Yeah. You have to know how to play post flop well, guys.
And great flop for Eric, the top pair with an open ender. Joe with
talking about, you know, I like you, Darryl.
Because the way you're moving.
You gave me the ass for part.
Put me in the third.
And Joe gonna c-bet this flop. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I don't like the c-bet here from Joe.
Yeah, you don't have any blockers to anything on the flop, and this board smashes Eric's
The big
call
blind range, yeah. Looks like a
As you
check
see
raise is
here.
coming.
Yeah, with this hand, how could you not? Even if Joe has an overpair, Eric still doesn't mind getting the money in.
You mean Eric doesn't mind getting his money in,
So
even if Joe has the overpair?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. If Joe has an overpair, Eric doesn't even mind. Doesn't mind getting the money
Absolutely,
in.
yeah.
I knew you get that queen on.
You're sitting here with 80% equity. Like,
So good.
Even against overpair, it's still like
Didn't I
50.
check the phone?
yeah.
Yeah.
Over
Check
50.
it, dude.
But yeah, I was gonna bet the turn, but I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I bet the turn. You checked
check
it.
it.
You checked that. Did I? Yeah.
No,
That was
Fifteen
a
hours
$1
if you're
for the
behind.
check range.
And you're gonna have the best hand.
Any
of all
what?
time.
Any 7? Any 9? Any
five.
yeah.
He bet the
So.
queen.
okay.
Yep, I didn't like it. I didn't like the c-bet from Joe there.
Yeah, I didn't either. If you play some of the board somehow, I don't mind it. But
I mean, right in that spot, right? Like you have Joe and Billy J sitting like
pretty shallow.
shallow stacked than you.
Yeah,
You want to
play
keep your
shit
stack like over
high.
20 bigs.
Yeah.
You know, like
You gotta maintain it for sure.
yeah.
Not
I
see
mean,
that,
most of the
but,
time, ace high is gonna be good there too. So.
yeah, but just
And
don't
you
wanna
got
just
you
see that
keep
as
your
a bet.
range balance. So all your check back range balance. What if you have an overpair there? You can still check back.
Right, yeah.
You know? And
Balance is
all
good.
of the sets could check back there too. You know.
Sure. The nuts checks back if he flops the nuts
Oh,
somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, he had 7 deuce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
7,
yeah,
10,
7
or
deuce.
suited or something.
I'm like, ah.
Yep. 7-10
Yeah,
as well.
7, 10
Yeah.
suited, yeah. Checks back.
And you know they're commentating about it. They're like, oh, that fucking sucks. You gotta walk and pick up 8.
Yeah, you gotta walk and pick up aces.
You do have to be balanced.
Yep.
All right, we are on level 26. Blinds are 75, 150, and 150.
Inflation keeps happening.
Hand number 55.
Will hand 55 be the magic hand?
Well, 50 ain't.
We'll see.
It is one.
Probably not with that hand.
I'm like, oh. I know I was in the big blind
Jack
at one
versus spade.
second when I was first one to pay.
And Eric here with king high on the button might elect to open.
That is an open for sure. 5-handed with the king on the
Does
button.
open.
Yeah.
And the jack 6 in the muck. That's also an approved play. And that looks like it's going to be a defend. I know he's kind of shallow, but
325 to pick up 375. I don't think Billy will defend, right? I don't like it. With 10 bigs and with Joe being so short behind you, the very next hand you could put Joe in and pick up 2.5 big blinds. Come on, you know?
if it folds to you.
Yeah.
And now Eric c-bets and wins.
Well,
Yep,
I
now
think
Billy's gonna
it's
lead.
you have to lead here to try to
You
pick
have
up
to.
something.
Yeah, you have to. If you're gonna play the hand and it checks back on the flop, you have to.
Yeah.
Time leads. And now Eric floating with the king
With
high.
the best hand.
It's a hell of a float.
With the best hand.
See what happens on the river. Can Billy find the second barrel? Or does he have to shut it down?
It's interesting float there.
Like high?
Eric said king high and
Like a pair of tens? Like, that doesn't make
Billy
sense.
said 10. It's like 10 high?
Oh.
That is a weird float.
This is why I didn't like to defend with 10-8 off. You really have to flop really well with 10 bigs. Now you have less chips than Joe.
Nope. Ace deuce in the muck. I think with the two short stacks and the blinds, I think might be an open on the guy. That's definitely going to be an open. 350.
350. Really don't have to go big here at all,
Yeah,
to be
no.
honest. They're both only 7 big blinds. You could even limp there
And hope when I'm just
because you're gonna get a lot of values, right? You want to knock out a player. You want to get that pay jump. And ace jack suited, you could.
Well, if you limp there, one of those short stacks might jam too.
Yeah. So. And also, you protect your limping range on the button because you limp with kings, queens, aces, jacks there, you know. And ace
like
jack
some-
suited is
yeah,
so
okay.
strong 5-handed in this configuration right here when it's only small blind, big blind after you.
Right, yeah, it's a monster.
Yes, absolutely.
And there it is. There's the all-in from Billy. The queen 8 of clubs. And Joe, the king of the mug.
Snap call. Yeah, I suppose it's going to be a snap. Oh, he's asking for a count?
No. Think about it for a second. Doing math apparently, and there's the call. Billy here with 40% basically
2-8.
for his tournament life.
He's
It's like
still
big
very
bucks.
live.
Very low. Think it happened. And that kills 2 of his outs.
Does not look good for Queen 8 suited here.
Yeah, no.
It's still okay.
Only down to 4 outs now. Only the red queen or the red 8.
12%. Can he do it?
12% on the flop is tough. And doesn't turn him dead, but it's not one of his outs. And does give the nut flush to Joe. Billy Jack eliminated in 5th place, taking home $3,660 off a $240 bullet. Congratulations, sir. Good run.
Payout,
Well played.
12-6. When are you going to
GG
Vegas?
indeed.
Billy, when are you going to Vegas? Sunday. Oh, okay, well, good luck to you, bud.
Spend pretty well with it. At least it helps recover something.
That's true.
The chat is requesting better comms from you, bud.
Hello, Thomas.
Knocked out one.
You talk more.
All from this end. Y'all looking at me like I'm the meal on the plate or something.
Over looking at the
And Joe, he said that they're all looking at him like he's a meal on a plate. Only one sub 20 big blinds.
Licking your chops. Whoa. his patience paid off.
Yeah, he's guaranteed $4,300 now.
He really did make a couple pay jumps.
Yeah, he did. And Joe here with King 6 of hearts on the cutoff. Gonna open it up.
Four-handed, definitely an opener.
For sure, yeah. He has the buttons, the dead button, so he's basically on the button, so it's definitely an open. Just the blinds behind. And gonna take it down, pick up some chips.
Yeah.
On to the next hand.
Also, Fred doesn't defend very wide as well, so it's definitely an open.
Right. Fred's still just waiting for Joey to bust.
My wife sent me a message that says, how was the taco salad?
Thomas, I'd say probably Joe.
What? How was the taco salad?
I mean, on stream it looks like you're fucking dogging it, like you're enjoying it.
Billy Jack in the chat. Billy, you told me you wanted Billy J because J is his last initial, so no. It's not Billy Jack.
Billy J is Billy Johnson, sir.
Yep, it's not Billy Jack. And Thomas, I'd have to say probably Joe, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Well, at this point, it's Eric.
You're gonna look at me like
whoever has the
More
chips
chip.
now, yeah.
Yeah, but
if it was nothing, you're gonna be like, okay. How you doing, Mr. I had it.
I think he means overall, not just like in this spot.
I don't know. Four-handed and three-handed plays are very different from full ring, and you have to definitely switch your gear.
Yeah. So pick up with some more aggression.
Yeah, Joe, you and I have played a lot of poker against each other these last couple of days now.
And there it is, 40% of a royal. Gonna open it on up.
That's an opener hand for sure. Four-handed, very strong.
Him and I were on from start to finish.
I know, right?
On yet last night's play.
Last night, too.
Start on the same channel.
And Eric gonna defend.
King 8 off. It's an open. It's a yep, very standard.
We
so
were on
far.
the same table the whole. Oh, today, yeah. Yeah.
And Eric gonna flop top here. See the Joe, see about the king high flop. I thought you're probably betting range smaller here, but it's kind of big, half flop.
Yeah, it's. I don't like the sizing again.
Yeah, I would prefer like 275, 325 maybe.
On the king 6-4, 2 hearts. More.
It's small, it's like 30%.
You could still go quarter pot too. 25% is fine too. Even 17% will do as well. You don't need to go
Yeah,
big in that.
You're gonna fold out all the hands you need to fold out.
Yeah, you don't need to go big in that spot.
And looks like Joe's gonna.
Like for example, if
fire
Joe
a
has
second bullet.
10 jack or queen 10 there, he could still make queen jack and better queens fold.
Fold,
Yeah,
Ace highs.
yeah, ace high fold.
Joe finding the double barrel. Getting called, not looking good. Drawing dead, going to the river.
I mean, it's easy when we see both whole cards, but like when you double barrel right there, your range is very narrow, right? Your range is
Very
so
polar.
capped.
Very polar.
Yeah, and if you pull 2 barrels, you're gonna have to pull the third one. But can he do it? He has to go big though. He has
Not
to go
big
big.
enough.
Not that is not big enough.
Not even close to big enough.
Yeah.
I look like 50 out.
Honestly, it's either a jam or a shutdown.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't bluff the donkey.
That's my first bluff of the day.
Oh, speaking of that, hold on.
Donkey card protector over there.
And the 6 on the river is not a. It's not a good.
Not a good bluff card.
It's not a good card to bluff either.
No, it's not. It doesn't change anything.
No, Eric has more 6s in his range too.
Yeah. For sure. More middle pair floats.
Yeah. And when you bet with that size, like, what are you repping really?
Yeah, just like a king 10.
Like you're repping pocket 9s and hoping to call from a 7, because the king and the 6 beats you, and also he could turn a straight on you too, right? Like, really did not like the play there from Joe.
Yeah, I think you should honestly just shut down on turn when you get called on flop. Especially with Joey being so short. Like, why are you risking chips?
I think even if Joe jams there on the river, I think Eric can still find a call because Joe's range is so capped.
Right.
And, like, what is he repping? 6, 7? 7s? 6? A6? 10, 6? 9, 6? Like, you know? And it just at that point, it's only suited combos that open there with the 6. Any 6 suited combos. So,
there's not a lot of them.
Yeah. So before making the bet, he had to go back and think about that, you know. And you have to shut down.
Yeah,
I would shut down on the turn, to be honest.
I would too, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not putting any more chips in after the turn because I don't turn a gutter. I don't turn any draws. Like, I don't turn any
yeah.
movie.
Like
if he has a king, I'm just dead. I'm just stone dead. He doesn't have to stone
you're
dead.
only repping ace, king, king, queen at that point. Yes, Thomas. I think Eric
so
will
too.
find the call as well.
Yep.
And again, when you're playing four-handed like this, after a call on the flop like that versus big stack, I think, or any stack that has you covered, right? You're gonna have to slow down, especially when Joey only has 5 bigs. Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Chips for no reason. Like,
Yes. The pay jump is what?
2-6.
3 grand, 2,500. 55 to 8.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry,
No, from 43 to 55.
Yeah, 1200. That's
still
what,
good.
from third to second. Yeah,
I agree,
with
Larry.
Larry.
Yeah.
I agree with this.
You do have to bet quarter
stab
there.
flop, yeah, stab flop, and then when they call, shut down.
All in from Joe,
Joe's
ace
all in,
jack
ace
suited.
Jack and the small blind, blind on blind. And so we got a call. What does Joey have?
Look at the first one. That's not an ace.
Hey, I bet you Joe wins.
He finds the call with the ace king this time. Not gonna make the same mistake. Not gonna make the same mistake.
I don't think Joey's folding this time ever.
Never, yeah. All right.
Such a sweet spot right here.
Yep, 31% for Joe to find a knockout and gain a little bit of his chips back, or he's going to be left our short stack, I do believe.
2 diamonds. Well, we got a sweat here.
He's like, son of a black.
From 30% to 47%. Jack or a diamond. That is not a jack or a diamond. Back down to 27%. Can he find it on the river, or is Joey going to find a double up here? The double up he mostly needs. Does not find the board pairs, and ace king high is going to take the pot.
Not easy no more, man.
What a good spot.
Yeah.
Dream spot to be in.
Now Joey and Joe basically have the same chip stack, about 1.5 mil. And Joey's back up to 10 bigs-ish.
Yeah, had Joe not lost the earlier hand to Eric,
he could have afforded that loss a lot easier, yeah, but now he's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bluffed off, what, 1.5 in that pot?
I think so.
1.6. 1.8, 1.9, including pre-flop. No.
Well, we're four-handed on hand number 61 with Eric having the chip lead of
Decent chip lead.
58 big blinds. That's very big for
Yeah, that's big.
four-handed.
Almost double the next stack.
Yeah.
And then two
He
big
has
stacks.
he has all the chips, even if they combine, all three of them combine, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he has some cover.
And Joey E gonna stick it in with the Queen 10 out of the small blind and takes down the big. On to the next hand.
Well, I like to see that. I like to
Yeah.
see Joey more, you know, in
Active.
action now. It's four-handed.
Yep, and Eric has 51% of the chips in play.
I mean, you've been patient this whole time. This is the time when you have to play well.
Yep. Gotta start taking pots down, start taking blinds. Getting in the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I remember this. I was thinking if I could make a move here. Call them on the big line. That's why I asked them to see it.
For the flop, you gonna make a move?
No.
Oh, on the flop.
On the flop. And I was like, nope, he's gonna call whatever. So I called it.
Yeah, with the hand, you know, flop with diamonds too, right?
Dominant.
2 diamonds on the flop.
No, too hard.
2 hearts.
All right, guys. I'm gonna have to leave it for Dexter to close off the stream for tonight. It was very fun, Dex.
Yep.
Thank you for having me here, dude.
Yeah, bro. I enjoyed it. Did well. I'll see you on the flip side. And Fred here opening up the ace-5 suited on the button. And probably going to take down the lines, yep.
Ace 8, Hundo.
And Fred here on the gun with ace-4 going to open it up. And looks like Joe's going to have to stick it in here with 8 bigs with the king-jack. Don't blame him. Four-handed, you got to make something happen. And now Joey E with ace-8. Looks like he's thinking about getting involved. He's short too and needs to make something happen. He is going to get involved. He's going to stick his stack in there too. And I think Fred's just going to fold now. Yep, Fred just puts his hand in the muck. And off to the races, 43% for Joe for his tournament life. I do believe he's the short stack. Yep.
Bet you Joe's gonna win.
$3 million in the middle. Both of these players really need these chips to have a fighting chance at a comeback. With Eric sitting on 8.7 mil.
Ace queen.
And Jack in the window, top pair for Joe to take the lead in the pot. Joey E drawing to 2 outs as Fred folded one of the aces. 2 outs to the river, 7%. And wow. Fred would have made a wheel. He had ace-4.
So you folded ace?
And now Joe gets a massive, more than double up, but basically a triple up to be back at 3 million. Nice stack now for Joe. He's got a chance to come back. And Joey E is now crippled, left with 350,000. I think that's 2 big blinds, 2.5 bigs. And he is the big blind this hand, so it looks like he'll be all in this hand pretty much. Eric limping in with the Jack-10. Not a huge fan of this play. Oh, I forgot the big blind's already all in. That's right. Oh, he's a small blind.
7 is all in.
I thought I said it was a big blind. My bad, guys.
50,000.
I guess that makes more sense now. Now Joey is going to get it in with the suited ace. And looks like Fred's going to get involved as well. I don't know what his hand is. Looks like we have a mystery hand in C1. There it is, pocket 4s, the best hand right now. And Queen 5-6 helps neither Joey E or Eric. Fred's still ahead with his small pocket pair. See if either of them can connect with a turn. Turn pairs the board, no help to either player. Gives Joey E some more outs though, as double pairing the board would counterfeit the pocket 4s of Fred. And the river does not pair the board. 4s are still the best hand, and Joey E is going to be eliminated in 4th place, taking home $4,300 off a $240 buy-in. That's a great turnaround on an investment. Congratulations, sir. Well played. Deep run. You played very well and survived as long as you could. Good game. Now we are down to 3-handed. Eric with dominant chip lead here. And Joe, our short stack.
Pause putt for a minute and discuss. Gonna keep going.
Oh, I guess he's just trying to secure the pay jump. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, Wiz. Down to 3-handed here at the doghouse. Joe folding his button with the 8-4 off. Fred 10-4 suited, going to come in with a raise. Looks like 3X. Blinds just went up. We are at 100, 200, 200 now. And going to take it down. Good raise by Fred. I like it, 3-handed. And there are chip counts, 8 million, 6 million, and 3 million. Joe trying to fight back a comeback here.
Even if I hit a 10 or a jack, I was still picking it. That's my hand.
Yeah, I was too, man.
I actually threw it with 8-7, but I was like, you know what, I just got all in the hand.
There's no reason.
Right.
If it came out like jack,
jack or it came before.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
then I bet it. Stones here. Let's get it out.
Okay, 8, 9, 10, or 8, 9 jack, or queen.
He wouldn't go away.
He was a bit of a little cockroach. Got him a cockroach. Cockroach. Good player.
Fred mucking king 9 on the button. I don't like that three-handed either. Eric here with the queen deuce.
Two calls.
Gonna limp it in there. And what does Joe have in the big blind? 10-8 off, checking it back. Limp pot heads up here. Blind on blind. We're gonna see a lot of this. And 10-7 king. Joe flopping the best hand with middle pair. Eric only having queen high. I think when he checks here, Joe's gonna bet any pair. Probably bet 200, 250. Yep, 250 is the bet, and I'm gonna take it down. Chipping up a little bit.
Easy for you to do. All us are on one side of the table.
You know, it's funny. It's funny, but if that's the case, I would rather have actually everyone over that left side. So the entire time I'm actually dealing across my body, which is, it's funny. It's for right-handed, the two seats down in front of the seat. So we're good.
Y'all get back here, table 12? Hanging out?
Guys, thank you so much for tuning out to the stream tonight.
I know how my
We
memory
appreciate the
is.
support, and we are looking forward to getting Doghouse Live back in action. We appreciate you guys so much for your support, and we've had tons of fun tonight here at the Doghouse. And Eric taking down a pot, raising with the worst hand, and getting 2 folds. Good play there off the button. That's the first good button play I've seen. 3-handed. We got some Team Eric's in the chat. Team Eric with the back-to-backs runs in the top dog.
So this way, later on, we can then.
For those of you who are just now tuning in and love to see tournament action, we do have a series coming up, and we will be live streaming a lot of those final tables as well. And there'll be tons of tournaments. You guys can come down to the Doghouse and play and get in on the action. Starting on July 28th, we're going to kick it off with a 25K guarantee, one-day, $300 buy-in, no-limit hold'em tournament, and then that's a Tuesday. The following Wednesday, we're going to have a tournament, the same structure as the top dog. It's going to be a PLO variant, a 50K guarantee, $240 buy-in. So come on down if you want to participate in some fun action at the Doghouse starting July 28th. And it looks like we got an open from Joe on the button with ace-6 off, and Eric defends with 6-4 of hearts. And both of those players flopping an open-ender. Joe's still best with his ace-high. And Eric, recognizing that this board texture is better for his range than the button raiser, is going to donk lead. I like this lead here with his hand. He's got backdoor hearts as well. And Eric and Joe going to come along. And the 5 of hearts on the turn, giving both players a straight, and Eric turns a straight flush draw to go with his. So he's got the free roll on Joe here. I expect a check raise all in will be coming on this turn from Eric. You're going to want to get in all the money right here while you have the free roll. You have a straight. You have the flush draw. What more could you want? Yep, check raise. It wasn't all in, but setting up to jam river for sure. And there's the all in from Joe. And they're going to turn over, and Joe sees that Eric has the free roll. So fading hearts to chop this pot. Can Eric improve to knock Joe out in third place? And the 8 of clubs on the leader pairing the board changes nothing. Gonna chop this pot up.
You're like, I got
Joe
him.
still alive. Still three-handed here. Joe sitting on 16 big blinds. Still got a decent stack to play with.
Because even if he can get serious and feel like he's in play for play. And then I think, how fuck you serious?
See what their button's going to look down at here. Looks like it's good enough to raise. I don't think he's coming in for a limp. 8-6 of hearts going to bump it up to looks like 600,000. Yep, 3x. Standard play for Mr. Fred all night. And Joe here with king 3 off in the big blind. I don't know if he's going to defend here or just lets it go. Fred raising with the worst hand and taking it down. Here are our chip counts. Eric with 8.1 million and our short stack Joe with 2.85. Not sure what that was, but apparently the cards stuck together. Eric here with the jack 8 off on the button, probably going to bump it up. Pretty standard play three-handed. Nope, just limps. Okay. Joe going to be in there with the 8-6 and check on small blind, I mean big blind with queen 10 off, 3-way to the limp pot. And ace deuce 3 improves nobody. First person to bet, this is going to be the winner. And Fred with the best hand, queen high, betting and taking it down.
Where Billy gets knocked out. Hey, just match the price pool. You can come in with average stack.
Done.
Do it. 61,000.
61,000 is how much I gotta put in and to win 10?
And you get average stack.
Done.
Do it.
That's a good deal, huh?
That's my financial advisor.
That average stack, and then you get 5.6 million.
Yeah, I'll fuck him up.
I think you got him in starting.
One hand is all I'm playing.
One card. One card.
I'll do it.
Joe bumping it up on the button. The ace 3 off. Standard play.
I'll give him 10 to 1.
And Eric in the big blind with the king 6, probably going to defend. Been defending pretty wide, so don't see why he wouldn't defend this one.
The plan.
That's
those
the trophy.
are always our serious.
470.
450.
And he's going to defend the king 6. So going to the flop, Joe having a small lead here. King 6-4, 2 hearts. Eric here with middle pair and the king of hearts. Joe with the ace of hearts. Expect this to go check. It might go. Yeah, I expected this flop to go check. I don't think Joe's going to be betting here very often. And now Eric turning 3 6s. Just in case he was behind. I'm going to check it again. I like this check too. See if Joe wants to come out and bet now. It's a delayed C bet. Nope, checking it back. Ace high is probably good. Probably just going to try to get the showdown. And now the 7 of hearts on the river, completing some straights and some flushes. I don't think Eric's going to be too worried about that. I expect he's going to go for value here. Can't check a 3rd time with this hand. Small value. And I don't think Joe's going to pay off with ace high here, but every now and again, ace high is good on paired boards like these. It's weird spots. It's worth putting a little bit of thought into. And it looks like he is going to look him up and keep him honest. I don't blame him. Like I said, ace high is good on some of these boards. It's a tough spot. Good thing Eric's trying to use his big stack to push him around. Ace high could be good. Probably is good most of the time. I should say some of the time, I don't know about most of the time. Wiz, you still in the chat? What do you think? What's your opinion on that one?
Wake up, bro. Don't know.
Fred here waking up with some walking sticks on the button. Joe down to 8.8 bigs. Really needs to try to find a double soon. 3-handed blinds come around quick. And I don't think he's going to be able to defend the 3x open with the queen 3 off, so forfeiting another 400K of his stack.
Suited. I fucked up this young kid earlier. He had pocket aces. They had jack 4 suited. I was making a play from the cutoff.
Yeah.
I barely raised it. He 3-bet me, as he should. I call him 3-bet. The flop comes out 4-4-7. Flop. He's in bet. I just go all in. Because I know he's strong. I know he's super strong. I just go all in. He called. Well, double. He doubled me up. Because the other 10. Yeah.
That's why you got to make those meetings.
Yeah, I think so. I think ace high is pretty good there a decent chunk of the time. Eric had at that time, though. And Joe limping in with the 10-8 suited, and Fred going to put him to the test with the ace-6 of clubs, dominating the suit. And Joe's not ready to gamble for his tournament live, so. And there are payouts, 14K up top, 8K for second, 5,500 for third. All 3 of these guys are at least guaranteed to have 5,500 to take home. Pay jump is 2,500 after the next player is out, so. Right now, Joe's battling just to not be that guy, but he needs to make something happen soon, sitting on 6 bigs.
You know that.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
The key gate, man, I should have just shoved on the river. You weren't going to go with king gate all the way.
Joe ripping it in on the button with the queen 9. I do like the move. Like I said, you got to make something happen soon. You can't just sit there and be stagnant. On to the next hand. Paying for an orbit of blinds.
Gotta put it back out there.
Come on, Joe Blow.
I'm scrambling.
Look like
I feel like it's in this next hand.
950.
Do you feel aces? I feel aces coming this one. No, it's not 950.
Raiders coming?
1.3, 1.25.
What's that? We don't
I'm sitting on heaps, pal.
You got this, man. I see a double.
The whole 7 big.
You're right. Just enough to hurt.
That's right. You gonna play it all the way down, right?
Wonderful.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Very.
Highly likely. I'm on.
Eric here jamming the small blind with the king 3 of diamonds.
the-
I like the move.
Yeah,
Can Joe play with anything? Jack 9 of spades. Pretty ham, but not going to gamble his tournament life with it.
Oh, as long as you still got your cards. Still alive, take your cards and put them in the muck. They are still alive, sir.
6.3 big blinds for Joe and the small blind here.
You got diamond?
No,
Which one is it? It's okay.
Jack nine.
The black card. The black card.
they're black. They're black.
The black card.
Eric here with ace-6 on the button. I expect an open here.
Two aces to 425. 4 folds.
And going to defend the big blind here for Mr. Fred. Let's see what he's got. Queen Jack. That's a good hand. Betting the ace high on this board is probably good. Ace high is good here most of the time. Fred's going to float one time with the Queen Jack, 2 overs. Doesn't believe Eric has any of this board. 3 giving Eric a gutter. Eric's going to find a double barrel here. The gutter, huh? I don't mind this play. Good play, takes it down with the best hand.
What's up? Supposed to be some 20 big.
Littleton was already
Actually, I have some chips I have because I put in my but
when you get there.
26, I guess. Like a 16-hour draft, right? 120-hour draft.
Joe with the 4 deuce on the button. Yeah. Not a lot we can do with this with 6 bigs.
That's the same distance to Michigan as Mr. Vegas. Same distance to Vegas as Mr. Michigan. Right here. Same distance to Michigan as Mr. Vegas. Right here.
Oh, is that right? Is that good?
Good.
I haven't looked at this.
500. I couldn't do anything.
Fred here going to raise it up with the ace-6 off in the small blind, and Eric defending the big. And Eric flopping best here, flopping top pair, backdoor clubs. And Fred on the king high board is going to fire out a C-bet. As he's going to bet most of his range, betting 2/3 pot. It's a really big size. Not a fan of the size. I'm going to assume after Eric calls this big of a size on the flop, he's going to give up on the turn. Unless he drills an ace. Queen is not improved Mr. Fred's hand. See what he decides to do on the turn. Oh, he's grabbing chips to keep firing. Barreling and raised to all in instantly from Eric. That's strong. Turn the king high club draw, so I guess it makes sense to get the money in. And another big pickup for Eric, running this table over now at 12 million. Looks like.
I mean, no, but you had a hand. Yeah, but I'm saying in my mind before that we even got to that.
Now at 12 million, Joe 1.15 and Fred at 3.4 now. Eric with a demanding chip lead. Yeah, Willis. I know. I don't like it either, but took it down. I guess three-handed is not that bad with the club draw, but when Fred bets the second turn on the turn, he's supposed to be a lot stronger than that. He's not supposed to be out there bluffing with base high. And now looking down at aces. Joe, half of his stack in the middle.
1.1 million.
What the?
And Joe gonna put it in. 6 bigs with king deuce suited. Don't really blame him. You can't just keep sitting there and waiting for nothing. Keep letting him push you around. But this time Eric has aces, has the goods.
At least I have the ace of that.
Oh my god.
Ace in the window and queen behind it. Flop seemed dead.
Mike said hi.
Okay, yeah,
Ace is full. Good game, Joe. Good run. Our buddy Joe is going to be eliminated in third place, taking home $5,500 tonight. Well played and good run. He backdoors into Broadway, but no good. Good game, Joe. Well played. What can you do? And now we're heads up. Fred against Eric. 13.5 million versus 3.5 million. Can Fred mount an epic comeback here, or will Eric take this down?
We're still playing.
Eric here, queen 10 of diamonds, 40% of royal flush on the button. I think this is going to have to be a raise. Oh, just limping the button. I'm not a fan of limp strategies and heads up play, especially when you have such a big chip domination and a pretty hand. 40% of royal flush is a good hand. Gonna bet his top pair. Take it down.
Good, Joe?
Yeah, I did.
Y'all just playing for the title, or what?
There's $6,000 in between the two.
Oh, okay.
And you heard him. He's not interested in shopping it. It's at $6,000 in between the two spots. So looks like they're going to play it out. Ace 10 off on the button for Fred. I do believe that's going to be. Oh, he just rips it. I don't particularly like the rip. Prefer to see an open. Still a little bit deep to be just open shipping with Ace 10, but takes the pot down.
You never know.
Here are our chip counts: 13.6 mil versus 3.4.
Y'all got 10 minutes.
Can Fred make the comeback? He's been battling all day. The cards have just been going Eric's way.
I just told you I took my earpiece off
The
your
cards
iPhone.
come your way, so do the chips.
They don't let you make your ICM. Because I got third place and I got more money than the first place. Because they ICM and that four night.
All right, guys. Looks like they are on break, and I do believe that they made a deal here at this break. So they decided instead of playing it out, they're just going to do their own chop. Eric is going to take 13,000 of the 14,000 that was up top, and Fred is going to take 9,000 instead of 8,000, which is what second was. So by chopping here, Fred is securing an extra $1,000, and Eric is going to take 13,000. So good game, guys. There you go. You see the handshake agreeing on the chop. Good game, guys. Well played. Congratulations. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here at Doghouse Live. We enjoyed it. We had a great time tonight. We had a great final table of poker. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting. And just remember, we do have a big tournament series coming in. The Heat Wave at Doghouse, starting July 28th, kicking off with a 25K guarantee.
Floor on
And
12,
following
please.
that first week, we're going to have a PLO 50K
They're gonna bring it over here.
guarantee
They're gonna want
multi-day
pictures and
tournament. And then our
everything.
main event the following
Firstborn
week
and-
will be a 150K guarantee, $400 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournament. That will also be multi-day, and that will start on a Wednesday, and final table will be on a Sunday. And I'm pretty sure we will probably stream all of those final tables. So stay in tune, and we will be live soon. Thank you, guys.